Alright, what happened last session? There were a couple of things that were revealed at the end. So if you guys miss anything, I'll remind everybody. But yeah, what went down?
An MLM. We took down a business. But before that, I guess we can start off with. The boys were at the circle, discussing about like the missing. Crap, there it is. Okay, the missing content from the CK area. That kind of leans into the last thing, I think.
CR.
But, yeah, CR, the Crescent guy. And then after that, they ended up returning from the Mages Collective with Erland, kind of going like, "Peace. I'm gonna play with my potions. See ya." I keep going.
Yeah, someone else take over?
Oh, so a while ago we left up at the door, and so we got to the door, me, Brandy, and Ilaria, and we were like fiddling around with it, trying to figure out how to open this door and not get detected. And we managed to break in, and while we were broken in, Ilaria made a distraction in the alleyway and set it on fire. So we were simultaneously keeping the door closed, pretending that we were locked in the room, while Sarah went and flew and tried to find the boy so we could go deeper into the dungeon.
Yeah, that door was weird. It led to a dark, spooky passage. I could keep going, but anyway, things happened. We gathered everybody. Assad went off to get Erland. We came back with Sarid, Indra, and Shepard in tow, and Shepard did an amazing performance of getting Kayla to F off as volunteer firemen. And just as she did get some much needed PTO, we all headed inside to find a literal den of thieves.
Yeah, and so we got interrogated a little bit, light interrogation, and they pretty much asked, like, you know, who the fuck are you and what are you doing here? And we successfully, for the most part, deceived our way in saying, like, no, we're just new members. What's up, everyone? We met Basira and Kamar. And San went to go mingle a little bit. Found out that, you know, they're both kind of like some of the more serious members from, I wrote his name down, from Jared, who, in Hassan's opinion, seems kind of like a loser. But, you know, we accept people of all sorts.
Hassan is an ally.
Hassan did some mingling. Brandy harassed the chef. Asked her, like, oh, like, what's your recipe? And he's like, you don't know how to make tomato soup? Then we met, then Shepard called a meeting for fire safety, and then went to go talk to Omar, who is the head honcho, with Hassan in tow. Who wants to go next?
After talking to Oscar, no, what was his name? Omar.
Oscar.
His name wasn't Oscar. His name wasn't Oscar.
He's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just tired, sorry.
It's gonna be one of those sessions, guys.
Yeah, we talked to Omar, and basically Shepard had to pitch the idea of coming to the fire safety seminar, because we're trying to get everyone in one place. Eventually he caved. Shepard then went on to hold a 30-minute in real life time fire seminar.
It was great.
Yeah.
Where he made Omar, for example, get on the ground and crawl under the table. And a lot of other hilarity throughout the evening. And found out that there was other people wanting to see that the Golden Fingers end up under new management. After holding the seminar, Kamar, I believe, basically came to the crew, more specifically Shepard, and I was like, hey, like, what's your interest in taking this place down? And we were like, we want to take the place down. And she's like, I want to take over. And Shepard's like, that might be a good idea. What does everyone else think? And then we all met and discussed, and we were like, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe we just, like, tell everyone about the scam, and then whatever happens, happens. And we told everyone about the scam, and then I think it was actually Visera that, is it Visera or Busera with a B?
Basira.
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 Oh, there's a... Man, either I can't spell or I don't listen on the two.
It's okay.
Basira.
Colorblind.
I think Basira was the one just straight up murdered.
Yeah.
Omar. Yeah. And then Kamar basically got on the table and was like, hey, we're already new management. I'm going to lead this to a better place. And Hassan, for one, was like, uh-oh. I don't know if this
Hey
is
guys,
the best idea.
maybe shouldn't.
Wow, God forbid women do anything.
Women in power.
That's when Hassan stands up, usually. That's when,
It's not the misogynist.
A trans-inclusive misogynist.
I'll respect your pronouns, but fuck women.
Women in authority positions.
Sarah has to reteach him.
one thing that did happen was Kamar asked Shepard to help them find a mole. And not like a little cute mole like would live in the ground, but like a bad mole that like was given information out.
A naughty mole.
It was so
Naughty.
naughty. Any Courage the Cowardly Dog fans out there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Show, right? Yeah, so that happened, and then we got like two, like, I'll call them letters, or pieces of information that we found, and I don't know if I wrote Basira as White Feather,
The White Feather.
and Kamar had sent a letter to Eric, and I think we found the copy of the letter.
Yeah, we ended up in the Mushy Pigeon after retiring for the night, staying up late to decipher the letter, and which we found that the White Feather, Basira, was in communication with Omar's mom's group, which is called the Gallowman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
so
we get confirmation though that like Omar's mom was connected to the Gallowman? We just heard in the notes that he didn't like the Gallowman and that he was gonna stick it up to his mother.
Yeah, we don't.
Context
We didn't have any
clues,
confirmation. But a lot
Josh.
of, yeah.
If you want to make a roll for I'd say maybe make like a either investigation or history to see if you can like piece those two together.
Do we even know who Omar really
Is that
or better
just
yet
Erland,
was?
or
We call him a
Erland,
Nepo baby.
Erland, and Asan. If you guys want to make an investigation or history.
Historical knowledge.
Whoa, my roll 20s. Okay.
That should not be +2. My warder's intuition doesn't apply to those.
All right, that's fine. 20 and 26. just from like looking at like the things that you saw in the office, it seems like gotta stick it to mom means like she is in a position of authority, that like he's kind of like essentially, so like you could feasibly understand that like she is somehow connected to the Gallowman and has like a lot of power in that, but no, like no more specifics other than that. Yeah. Is that it from the recap?
Yep, that's where my notes end.
Okay.
We ended up plowing through
The
the
last thing
midnight
that I put in mind was just Hassan is still debating killing Kamara, but
Yes.
nothing happened.
Yes.
So
And Asan, Erlen, Shepard, and Indra found out that documents regarding the Crescent King were stolen from the Mages Collective, and they have not brought that up yet.
yep, that is something to get brought up.
So
One of the letters we got is one of those. Well, it's a letter that was supposed to be for Basira, the White
Yeah,
Feather,
yes,
but
yes,
now
yes.
it's in our possession, and we can use that to either work
Yes.
out some stuff with the Gallowman, or even talk to
yes,
Chattermuffin.
the letter specifically talked about presenting it to the Gallowman to gain entrance into their place of business, or gain access to Chattermuffin, who is kind of like the weapons, magic items, weird procurer of weird goods on Lomarin, but seems to be connected to the Gallowman as well. Yeah, do you guys want to take a long rest and continue in the morning?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that would sound.
You all retire to your rooms. Saradwin.
Oh god.
Yes, you're right.
Hi, it's me. Do you want this to be private, or do you wanna everybody to hear the dream that she has?
Make it public.
Okay.
Oh.
Baldur's Gate listening in.
A public dream sequence. Alright. You go to sleep that night with this sinking feeling in your stomach that it's like this anxiety of you forgot to turn the stove off, or you forgot to lock the door, and you kind of get up and you check to make sure that the door to your room is locked, and Brandy is sleeping peacefully as always. You head back to bed, and you're just not able to get comfortable, and the night slowly just kind of covers you like this heavy blanket, and you're having trouble breathing. I'd like you to make a Constitution save for me.
Okay.
You start having a bit of like an asthma attack almost, as you're just kind of coughing and sputtering breath, and no sound is coming out as this is happening, and you're just kind of laying in bed near sleep paralysis, coughing and coughing and coughing as the darkness slowly consumes your entire vision. And then you finally get a chance to breathe in, and all that you can feel is water enter your lungs, and you feel yourself sinking. "10 meters, 20 meters, 100 meters, deep below the ocean. It's so dark you can barely make out the form of your hand in front of your face. And then you see, you like feel kind kind of like a vibration almost. You have like very animalistic instincts. Something swim behind you. As you kind of turn around in the water, make a perception check for me.
I'm gonna use my other dice.
Okay.
Trust. Okay. Perception. 14.
14. You see a structure, the outline of a structure underneath the water. It's old. It's almost reminiscent of ancient elven ruins. And there's things swimming in it, in the darkness. And then you hear a familiar voice. Your god thunders this fear into your body, and all of your senses just perk up, and you reach for your sword. And you just hear him go, "Your sword. It is sated for now, but do not keep it hungry, or else you will not be able to control the thing that it turns you into."
So I have to keep fighting with it?
Fight
Kill things?
is a strong word. Killing things is much more apt. The blade consumes the blood, the soul, the life of all that it touches. Do not keep it waiting. And I will give you a choice here. Does Saradwin swim towards the structure under the water, or does she go back up?
Go to the structure.
Okay. You swim towards the structure. These kind of like shadows under the water, they're still, though apprehensive. They're on their guard around you. Are you making yourself out to be like a threat? Are you trying to be intimidating, or are you trying to just pass by peacefully?
I'm just trying to pass by.
Okay. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Okay. 18.
18. You see one begins to kind of like walk up to or like swim up to you, long spear raised, their posture angry, and yet you kind of turn to them and you feel this almost cloak just drape over you, and this like lightness overcomes your body, and this weight lifts from your shoulders, and the person just stops dead in their tracks, almost like they recognize you, and then back away. You float towards the structure, and you feel this pull of something deep beneath the catacombs of the structure, something powerful and old, and something that's almost like a life source. And as you get closer and closer to this thing that gravitates you to the center, you feel Brandy just kind of tap your face harshly as you wake up in the morning.
Okay. Alright. We have to find an underground temple. Or it could have been a metaphor.
Maybe the temple is myself?
Am I the temple? Or it could exist. The last time I found some swampy areas. It existed, so this temple exists, Brandy.
She just kind of nods and goes, "Do you want to head down for breakfast?"
Oh yes,
Okay.
I gotta tell everyone what went on in my head.
Yeah, speaking of everybody, is anybody doing anything before breakfast, or are you all gathering together?
Can I kind of go down with... I know I have a cloak, which is... Again, Ilaria doesn't know how to attune, so she's gonna have it swaddled.
So attuning to a magical
No,
item.
no, I know, but like, I'm doing a bit.
Okay.
She's going down with it swaddled.
This is Ilaria doing a stupid, not Annika. Okay. Are you swaddling anything within the cloak? Do you have Lunette
Herself.
within okay.
It's a cocoon.
Okay. You just have you all just see Ilaria walk down with like a blanket like swaddling her, but the blanket radiates like shadow. So it's just like a really like obscuring blanket on her.
Is it warm? It is chilly in here.
As Sairdwin says that, you all do feel this, whoever's downstairs, you all do feel this chill. Lomarin, a very tropical island, but it's, today especially, it's foggy and there's like a light breeze that kind of just like the door opens and air like travels through and Uncle has to just kind of groan and walk over, place the door and then like lock it. He goes, "That's bad for business. People need to enter." It's fine though, it's early enough. You guys wake up at the crack ass of dawn. Can I get you anything?
Can I have some ham and egg?
Yeah, of course.
Make that 2.
Yeah.
And a strong coffee.
Yeah, I figured. Any, Asan, Erlen, Shepard, you guys doing anything, or are you heading downstairs?
I guess just straight
Shepard's just
downstairs.
gonna head downstairs.
Erlen would probably show up a bit later than everybody else, having spent most of that night. We stayed up late. We're spending a good
Yep.
chunk of that
Oh,
night
yeah.
finishing up on that potion that he got caught, in the middle of.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you'd be showing up a bit later, but even still looking just tired.
That was the first
Like they
potion,
didn't-
right? That you
Yes.
you already rolled for it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Those are because that was all the same night. Just more stuff got tacked on
Okay,
at the
gotcha.
end.
So. Yeah, I feel like Indra would just kind of like, just like look over at Shepard, go, "Can we skip the run this morning?"
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
We could skip it
Yeah.
this time.
Okay. Great. Thanks.
Tomorrow, though. Tomorrow. We
Yeah.
we gotta
Yeah.
go
Of
back on
course,
horse.
we're on that grind. Yeah. Great. You're all in the Mushy Pigeon. Bright and early, your bodies are just kind of used to waking up at a certain time at this point, despite the fact that you all got in at like 2 a.m. Busy night, but there's maybe 1 or 2 patrons in the bar just kind of lazing around, not really paying attention. One seems to be just like doing a little crossword. Yeah, you guys get your breakfast, get some coffee. And Indra just kind of goes, "So, we have several things to address. Do we want to go back upstairs to do it, or...?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You all make your way back to one room, lock the door. The windows are closed, and Indra just kind of asks, "All right, so what did we, what'd you guys find out?"
We might have an idea of who the mole is. And she picks up the smaller note and has the seal of a gallows. So it's talking about White Feather. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the best at naming things discreetly, but like having a white feather on you and then picking the nickname White Feather, it's not very.
Maybe
It's not
she
the
didn't.
smoothest.
Maybe she didn't pick it.
Then that person was stupid. Anyway, we could either use this to talk to Kamar, let her know who the mole is, or speak to the Galaman ourselves. And it also mentions Chattermuffin, and she lays it out on the floor. We're in the floor.
Well, we found some things in the circle as well. Asan.
Yes. Seemingly, the book that was stolen by the Teventer mages had to deal with the Crescent King. Also, by what the librarian told us, it had weird writing and a weird writing style, which I can only assume means that there's probably some sort of ciphered information in there.
So it was a collection of scrolls that was stolen, and some of them contained like really, really old writing. Also, yeah, probably ciphered information.
Yeah. That. The song says that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Y'all know what that means, right?
What?
They raided the circle. Yeah. They had everybody in their trance. And they stole a couple specific documentation on that Crescent King. Now, Leonis was telling us about this, saying that they were searching for, well, help to find what could not be found, that Maker's Finger. Now, I suspect these things are connected. I suspect they're going towards the unthinkable to try to find this thing. And, yeah, getting some kind of ghost pirate captain on your side, find old relics. It's probably a pretty good plan for the kind of people that are as flush as the Imperium. If that really is the only thing it cares about.
What do we know about the Maker's Finger? It's a tattoo needle?
Not much less than they do.
Yeah.
And if not even the Imperium has that kind of knowledge, then we're gonna have to really look through some tough corners to get any kind of leads onto where it could be.
Annika, your keyboard?
I'm so sorry. I'll mute myself.
So, I bring up our other options. Kamar, yeah, that upstart wants to lead the new Golden Fingers. They think we're friends, right? That we're just gonna, help each other out here, scratch your back, scratch mine. We have the capacity to help them, sure. We can let them know, hey, that one person who's really quick on the jump to murder your previous boss, yeah, they're working for the Galaman. Sure, we could do that. I don't see why, though. When the Galaman seem to have a lot more to offer us. At the very least, someone like Chattermuffin. Procurer of strange and rare goods. We can get ourselves a good buyer, a good fence for any kind of particularly strange, ill-gotten goods. We're really gonna need anything we can if we're gonna look for this finger. Or if you...
I would definitely go with the Gallo men.
Yeah.
They're more established than this startup.
And I don't care if they take up another section of territory. We already made all the small fry scamper off, bunch of kids that didn't know what they were getting into. So that's all great for your guys' heart and soul. The rest of them are just assassins, hired rogues. They do their work. Don't really matter too much who they're working under.
Well, Shepard, you're the one that talked to Kamar the most. Is she trustworthy, or do you think that we'd better do business elsewhere?
I had a sense of trust with them.
Do you think she'd be...
But, yeah.
Do you think she'd be open to working, like, to being absorbed by the Gallow Men?
From where I was, from what I was understanding, I think Gore wanted them to be separate entities.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, of course. I thought that this could start maybe a little tiff between the two if we try to get one absorbed without like talking to the other.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up. We could talk to both of them and see if this works. Or I just don't want to leave the whatever remains of the Golden Fingers unattended. And weirdly enough, I trust an established thieves guild a lot more than whatever the fuck those guys are doing.
I think the most that Kamar has to offer us is that teensy bit of protection for Uncle. I don't think that matters nearly as much so we can get out of the Gallowman.
Right, but
Contacts.
I'm saying if we talk to Kamar and whoever else, and then we, tell the Gallow Men that, oh, you could absorb these pretty, people that know what they're doing into your own thieves guild and expand a little bit more. We get Kamar on our side, and we get the Gallow Men on our side, and then we reveal that Basir is the mole, and she's our scapegoat.
If things don't go right. We want to try and get everyone on our side? Is that your
We're
plan?
a little, like, we're knee deep in shit right now, Erland. I'm saying I think we have an opportunity to actually do some good.
Talk to Basir. We do have a little bit of leverage, considering we know who they're really working for. We can let them know that Kamar's on their tail, and see what the play is there. Maybe we try to get Kamar on their side. Maybe we get Kamar out of the picture. But that gets us another step in door when it comes to those Gallowmen.
So, okay, goal is we
Figure out what Basir even wants to do in the
Okay.
Golden Fingers.
to recon.
What their goal is, if it really is just assimilating all the few folk in there that were actually competent.
Yeah.
Figure that out with Basir. Let him know that we are amenable to dealings with the Gallowmen, and especially that Chattermuffin. And if we get some powerful friends, we can get the kind of leads we need. Because at the end of the day, we need two things. Any idea on where to find an old relic like the Maker's Finger? And secondly, how to kill a revenant.
Oh, once Erlin says that, whoever wants to can make either an Arcana or religion check.
Oh. You don't say. You said Arcana or religion?
Mm-hmm.
Arcana.
I'm gonna
Oh,
roll.
let's go.
Nice. Solid. Ilaria, you know exactly what the chantry taught you and nothing more.
I rolled a 19 for religion.
Good
19.
androgen.
Yeah, Ilaria, Revenant's bad, evil, honestly worse than blood mages. Used by blood mages are kind of like weird little blood mage puppets, or weird sinister spirits, demons that haunt the graves of those who have unfinished business, and when enough like demons manifest around something that Revenant is born. Asan and Serdwin. You both would know that revenants are extremely dangerous, mostly due to the fact that no matter how many times you kill them, they don't seem to die. And they, again, manifest around something like a goal that they need to complete, and then once that goal is completed, they might disappear, or they might stick around. Asan, you with that 26 would know that there is a way to permanently remove Revenant, and that is through some sort of a, I want to say phylactery because that's more of like a lich thing, but Revenants usually have like their resting places. And if you destroy that first and then kill the Revenant, then they will stay dead.
Oh, I know how to kill Revenant. It's not easy.
Duh.
The toy.
Hassan, when have you killed a revenant?
No, I have not killed a Revenant. I'm saying I know how to.
Real
The
quick,
big difference. The big difference there. They have some sort of tether to our world. It's not like a phylactery, but it's something similar. It's some sort of physical tether to our world, and if you destroy that, then they can be killed. If we can find what the tether is, then break it, and, they're not coming back.
You see when you say phylactery, Indra's eyes just glaze over.
So that changes our how. That changes our how to aware them.
Are we,
Yes.
sorry, are we going after the Crescent King? Because I think we just need to find the Maker's Needle first, destroy it, and then we're good, and then we can just leave. Because I don't want to see that guy.
Yeah. I ain't exactly jumping at the bit for it either. I'm planning for all of our worst cases here. Worst case, they actually do have the meanest bastard on the seas on their payroll, right? Worst case, they have that guy looking for the same thing that we are. Worst case, finds it first.
That's a lot of worst cases.
Yeah.
I had a dream.
I mean,
Oh,
to be fair...
Wait, sorry.
Wait, what?
Serdwin?
I don't know. The
Martin
last
Luther
time
King?
I had a dream, we had a location to a very powerful item. So last night, I had a dream about this underwater temple, elven made, in the water. And in the middle was a very powerful entity. Maybe that's where our thing is.
Deep underwater is something powerful. Okay.
Like the Crescent King.
Maybe it could be.
Or
watery
like his grave.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about him though, so
No. Don't know whoever he used to be.
But,
If he was always that way.
but that's a start, at least. Fuck. Do
Look,
we... Okay,
it's a
okay.
lot of worst cases, but think about it. They've got the resources, they've got the manpower, they've got the knowledge.
Do
We're
we,
working very much behind them.
do we want to wrap whatever the fuck we're doing in Lomarin up first and then go out back into the seas, or... Serdwin, did you feel like a location or where this thing could be in the ocean?
I just remember drowning,
Hmm.
and
Your
it
gut,
was pretty deep.
your gut's not very specific, is he?
No.
We couldn't really tell back when we did see the Crescent King. Did they look elven? Is there even a way to tell when you're a ghost? Can you
No,
still keep ears?
did not look elven.
No.
There were catacombs.
Oh.
Catacombs. Revenants. Maybe there's a connection.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, this guy was a pirate in life. Who's to say he didn't die treasure hunting?
Mm-hmm. Watery grave. It's something to look for. It's much easier to try and find old elven ruins that sank than, you know, the resting place of some guy who must not be named.
Voldemort.
I don't know who that is.
It's just a guy.
But we can't be caught unprepared again. So whatever we can arm ourselves with that can help us fight against that guy's ghost crew, we gotta gather it up somehow. Because again, that guy finds what we need before we do, we're gonna have to take it some way or another.
Okay, so do you want to sail out today, or do we want to finish up whatever the fuck we're doing with the Gallowmen?
I think we'll do the Gallowman.
We need those friends. We need any kind of direction, any kind of lead, because we're just gonna be out sailing blind at this point.
Okay.
And they probably know more about the Crescent King, like where he's around or
So
what we can do.
do we want to go straight to the Gallowmen then?
I'd say straight to Basira. Present ourselves as friends, not gonna rat them out unless they give us a good reason to.
Well, that's the question then. Visira or Kamar? 'Cause
Kamar don't need to know.
So you're suggesting we meet Basir and not tell Kumar
No.
that we know who the mole is?
No. What loyalty has Kamar earned with us, really? We helped them out by scaring away all the small fry. They picked up where everyone else left off. But really, the most they have to offer us is a little extra protection for Uncle here. And I think we got much bigger fish to fry.
A very big fish.
Besides, we make friends, we could get an even better security deal out of this uncle situation. Because out of that, we try to work our way into the Galman that style, or just say, screw it. No Basir, no Kamar, no dealing with none of that shit. Just using the letter to get in and do things our way.
And what's our
Usually
way?
easier when you have an in. Well, what was the way that we used when we went into a thieves' den?
Hmm.
Pretend like we belong. Try to gather some intel, try to meet the boss, try to cause some trouble. Talk about
Get
freaking
another
fire safety for
problem.
how long was that?
30 minutes.
About a half hour.
God.
Yeah, at some point I snuck in and no one noticed.
Canon event.
It's just we need to work fast.
We do, but
I think it's easier if we have an inn. The seer could be our inn.
could be. But we do have her letter. Could say we're friends. Or we could say we killed her. We just need to be in there for, what, a couple minutes to get information, get out.
Worst case scenario, if she does show up, we know she killed Omar. Now, I don't know about his relationship with his mama, but if word gets out that she was the one who, you know, killed the Galliman's golden boy,
Well, maybe we gauge what his relationship with his mom is first, and then if it's good, we say Basira killed him, and if it's bad, we say we did.
Oh, wow, that's awfully crafty of you, Indra.
you're learning.
It's almost like I smuggled people into the city for a year. Where were you, Asan?
In the woods,
In the
maybe.
woods.
Yeah, what do you mean smuggling people? I don't know anything about you smuggling. You smuggled people?
Oh, never mind. Nope.
Oh, that's gonna come up later. Cool.
It ain't.
It ain't.
It ain't.
I'm so sorry. There's a weird energy.
It ain't.
It's the Mandarins.
No, that'll come back up later. Sorry. Curiosity and all that. Anyways, I do like where Indra's thinking. So what, we use the letter to gain entry?
We could ask Spots. If they know.
Last time I talked to Spot, or the last time we talked to Spots, he really didn't seem too excited to be doing business with us.
Well, I think it's because you were asking about, people that didn't want to be found. I think the Galloman is much less threatening than Tevinters.
Fair.
We need to know where they're located. They don't exactly advertise themselves like the fingers. We got a key, we just need to find a door for it. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's some more gold to shell out. I will line whatever pockets I need to get to where I need to be. So.
You want to say that while unclenching your teeth, maybe?
And unclenching your cheeks.
All right, so
Is this a joke to y'all? Is all this?
Erland,
No, I'm just trying to cut the tension. This is not a joke, not to me. Just a little, heavy.
Find spots. Find where we might be able to meet the Galliman. Show him a letter, start talking, get some intel. Figure out what the deal with Omar is, who his ma was. Figure out what exactly they want out of this whole Golden Fingers deal. And try and get into their good graces. Use that, talk to who we need to. try to get at least one of our two answers. How to deal with the king, how to find the finger.
Do we want to try and have the Gallman absorb the golden fingers?
I think it's less dangerous than letting Kamar lead them on a rampage.
Well, what if we have someone talk to Kamar and offer this like partnership or whatever? They'll have a safety net or something, but they won't be able to just run around killing civilians.
They'll have to work underneath someone else, the Gallman.
Yeah.
We can see if they're open to the idea. They didn't seem all too happy about having a mole, but maybe some of their goals align.
Do we want to send someone in there to talk to her?
Maybe. Might be a good idea.
Or do we want to ask the Gallman about it first and then offer up whatever they do?
I think we can be mediators here. And then no one has to die.
Anymore.
Maybe. Try to work with this. We're in Kamar's good graces. Right now, the leader of the new Golden Fingers thinks we're all chums. So, go over to the Gallman, let them know. Hey, we know about their whole deal. We know about their white feather. And whatever their goal is from the Golden Fingers, we can help them achieve it. Do that, make some connections, try to figure out where we can find what could not be found. And how we can kill what can't be killed. At least where we can start looking. Ask around, Elven Temples might be it, or any other intel we can get on who the hell the Crescent King was before all that. Does all sound reasonable?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Good.
So, spots first. Does
Guess so.
either one of you want to get in contact with them?
I don't think they're really a fan of me right now.
What is it, like a brick in the wall or something? She's looking at Erland.
Yeah.
To a specific alley, and then you can stick a note and some gold in there.
Finding the Gallman, though, that can't be the cheapest now, is it?
Nope.
Well, maybe you set the price, and then if they find you, they'll ask for the rest. I don't know.
Ain't the best at negotiating, but I'll do whatever.
As an aside, don't we have 100 gold that we found from the...
Did we already distribute that? I felt like we did.
I don't think we distributed it. I thought it was going to the party. Because it was just the three of us who found it, so...
Because double checking with the party funds, that's...
Yeah, I didn't add it to
Yeah,
my
we're at
own
422.
Hey!
Yeah.
fund. Alright.
Yeah. Who wants 2 gold? No, so, yeah, we're at 422 with that. And whatever we have individually is whatever we have individually. But, yeah. Some of y'all remember any of the things? I mean, I know I wrote down some things when it came to the old white whales and krakens, but yeah, some stuff is freaking pricey, obviously. But yeah, we got an amount of money, so yeah, Erland, so who still looks quite tired, still looks a little haggard, and definitely did not eat anything, considering he
Aw.
showed up late. He showed up late, did not eat anything. All right, I'll try to schedule a meeting with Spots, and maybe do we just wait till then?
Well,
Try to plan something.
planning, yes, we could also go look for information about the Maker's Finger in the first place. I mean, they probably raided the Mages Collective for a reason.
You won't get those exact details on the king, but Maybe. Maybe there's something else we can find. Y'all more researchy types go. You can do that. I'll try to figure this thing out with Spots, try to get us a good deal on intel, and gather back. Later.
Actually, Erling, can I tag along?
I mean, sure, I just gotta make a message. You and we can talk to Spots. In the meanwhile, I'll see if I can get any potions done.
Alright. Shepard's just dissociating. Son, where are you heading?
Great question.
Did you zone out?
No, I just don't know where to go.
Oh,
Shepard didn't have enough sleep either.
well, I think
I'll find the
Erland.
Mage Circle.
Yeah, do you wanna head to the Mage's Circle and see if you can find information in character? Do you wanna go to the Mage's Circle and see if you can find information about the Maker's Finger?
Yes.
Sure.
I just love that
I
name.
can handle that.
Anything about the Maker's Finger, old relics, even that old sunken elven temple if you can find it.
Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
can do that.
So Serdwin and Asan are heading there. Erland and Ilaria are gonna be trying to get a meeting with Spots. And if and when Shepard comes back, Indra will talk to. Oh, hi Shepard.
Speak of the Gray Man.
Bye.
Hi. Do you wanna go to the Mages Collective with Asan and Serdwin to look for information about the Mage's Finger? Make a meeting with Spots with Erlen and Ilaria, or stay back with Indra and maybe like think of ideas for like an attack plan if needed.
Shepard will stay back with Indra.
Okay, cool. Alright, then let's do that first while you guys head out. Indra will just kind of come over and go, okay, listen, I'm all for being best friends with these Thieves Guild members. However, if something goes wrong, what do you think about an ambush on the rooftops?
Listen, I enjoyed being buddy with them, but everyone here obviously comes first. So if things go wrong, I think that's a good idea.
Well, we could try to be friends with them, and obviously, if things work out, we can go and talk to Kamar. I don't want to kill people that I don't need to. But outside the Golden Fingers headquarters, there are some rooftops that, remember last time people were out on missions?
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sneaky or anything, do you want to try and scout out or see if those people are gonna come back? Or where they went out in the first place?
That's a really good idea, actually. I think we should try.
Okay. Indra just kind of like looks at his heavy armor, goes, and begins to take it off.
Oh.
It's loud, okay? They don't want to. Fuck. Okay.
Do you need any help?
No.
You need hand undressing.
Don't touch me.
No touchy.
But Indra, what if I fall off? Then fall. Indra just like puts away his heavy armor underneath like the floorboard of his bed, removes his like chantry symbol and like puts a little pin of like the golden triangle on like his shirt, and just kind of goes, okay, where do you want to start with that?
Hmm.
Does Shepard want to make a history check?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, a 17.
17. You specifically remember people saying that Erica was out on an assignment and she's like one of the heavy hitters. There was a supply. Like she was one of the people that like broke into a lyrium mine. Here in
Yes.
Lomarin, most of the lyrium that gets kind of traded back and forth is stored near the docks in like an undisclosed warehouse, and that's the area of the Tide Callers, which is a thieves guild that specializes in dock work, specifically like ship trade, stuff like that. And presumably Erica and like her kind of gang would be hitting that location and trying to essentially gain as much lyrium and like other supplies that they can find in there, and then kind of bringing that back to strengthen the guild overall.
Shepard like says we could start the docks.
Okay. You make your way to the docks. I would like Indra and Shepard to make stealth checks, please. Okay, not bad.
That's actually really good.
What'd you get?
Modified 20.
Okay, Indra got a 14, so
Hey,
that's really good for Indra.
better than you.
I was not expecting to do good.
It's really
but-
good for Indra. And I'd say you're not like, stealthing on the ground or anything. You're just walking in a way that it does not draw attention to you. So I'd say like Shepard has like his special like cloak over him. And like especially because it's misty and like foggy today, and like the shiver runs up your spine as if something is coming close to the docks, and there's just this awful like anxiety that you feel, and your palms get a little bit sweaty as Indra just kind of motions for you to walk over to where he's standing. You notice he found a window into kind of like a subterranean warehouse with those kind of like glass windows like on the ground. Seemingly an entrance is somewhere else, but this is like the roof view. Make a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception check. 21.
21. You see carnage. Blood splattered all over the floor, and bodies of Tide Callers just kind of strewn about. And you see a familiar figure. This person was there with a bunch of like the small fry who were interrogating, or not interrogating, but like intimidating Uncle. This large figure with some sort of weapon poking out from underneath their cloak, and long chains wrapped around their hands. This is like one of the strongest fighters of the Golden Fingers. With, you said, a 21 perception?
Yes.
Okay. You notice a small crack within this kind of like glass roof, craning your neck. You can make out the conversation of Erica and this figure talking about how the run went well, that they got more than they need to, that the Golden Fingers will be strengthened because of this, and that they can essentially increase their momentum enough to begin going after other thieves guilds and try and kind of like absorb them into their own. And you did not hear this sentiment from anybody else really, except Erica, this like large figure, and a couple of their other members, all kind of like like dusting off blood from themselves. They all look rather battle worn, and like they've experienced a lot of this kind of subterfuge. That's all about you really get before you kind of like notice someone tilt their head up to see what's going on like up above, and you immediately hide from them, kind of pressing yourself against the floor. Indra just kind of looks at you like what the fuck did you find?
I think this might be a slightly bigger deal than we may have thought. Erica and a few others just absolutely killed everyone.
Shit.
Everyone's dead.
Shit, okay.
And I was able to overhear the conversation, and with what they gained from this run, they think they're strong enough to start absorbing other guilds.
You know how I said that nobody has to die anymore?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, maybe just a few more.
I could name like about 3.
Do you want to follow them? See if there's another place that they can meet up at, and then we can maybe ambush them there? With the rest of the group, of course. I'm not nowhere near prepared.
I think that's what we have to try to do, yeah.
Okay. You kind of like peek over the roof. You notice them kind of gathering their belongings, and doing like one last sweep, and then moving out. You notice the large figure has kind of like grabbed this strange willowy great axe, just kind of like holds it with one hand, looks at it, puts it behind their back, and just goes, "Great run." Just like 2 words. And then they all walk out of like an underground door. Please, Indra will give you advantage for this. Make a perception check to try and track their movements underground, and then how that kind of links up with an above ground area.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
If my notes are right here, was the big guy, the big muscular guy who's also helping shake down Uncle's establishment, wasn't that guy named Argus? Did I have that right?
Mm-hmm.
Thought I wrote that down.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably it was Erica and Argus that were the 2 that were shaking down Uncle earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Erica's the bitch. I got it.
Mhm.
That's the bitch. All right, we figured out who Erica was. We met Erica before everyone else.
Hey, 24.
24.
Nice.
Okay. As your eyes just kind of like track their movements, Indra points out areas that like no criminal underground would like even go towards, and you're not really sure how he knows that. He just goes, "Trust me on this."
Shepard immediately just trusts. It's like, trust me this? Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go that way then.
No, not there. You like immediately crane your neck to a different area, and you notice one part of town seems to be just like these warehouses, and then the streets kind of like lead around the warehouses to much like smaller bars, establishments, and then like like homes built on top of that, and then there's like a little congregation of those, all like near kind of like the western side of the island, a little bit near the beach, heavily obfuscated by the fog. Please make one more stealth check to avoid being sighted.
Okay.
Okay. That is a
I got a 6.
natural 19 minus 1.
Sweet.
What did you get?
I got an 18.
Okay.
Ooh.
Really good rolls for Indra from his fucking dexterity.
I'm glad you took your armor
Armor
off. For that.
Listen. It was a gamble. If you get caught, Indra's dead instantly.
Oh god.
That's a risk I'm willing to take because Ricky's not here to stop me. You stealth along the streets, peeking out between the various warehouses and like cargo containers, to these apartments, and you notice as the group kind of like walks in into the bottom floor, the top kind of like apartment is completely boarded up. You sneak around and you see them walk down further inside some sort of cellar. I don't believe Shepard was there to explore the Golden Fingers hideout, but I'd say like it either leads to their hideout or this is a completely separate operation that like Erica, Argus, and like a couple of their cronies are leading together.
Okay.
You want to follow them further or head back?
Shepard wants to try to follow them just a little further.
Okay. The door is locked. You can either try and like finesse some sort of lock picking, or you can try and like break a window open, or like just use strength to like lift a window up, or like something like that. Completely up to you, but just like let me know what you're doing so I can make a check associated with that.
Okay. Are there like so there are windows that like are okay. Shepard just wants to go to one of the windows. He doesn't want to break it. He wants to see if there's any give if he just tries to like pull up on it. He doesn't want to use enough strength right off the rip to like rip it out of the wall or anything. He just wants to see if he can like maybe get a grip or get his fingers under and like lift it enough.
Okay. Yeah, give me just an athletics check and Indra will give you advantage.
Ooh. Natural 20.
The window seems to have been stuck for a little bit, and you find like the correct gripping on it to just instantly like lift it up, just like immediately like wave Indra through. He like does a little barrel roll, slide in, perfectly stealthy.
This guy is stealthy as fuck.
It seems to be just like an empty apartment that they have to use as an entrance, like further in. If you wanna like look around here or look around upstairs, I'd ask for an investigation check.
Yes, I would love to look around.
Indra got an 18.
What did Indra get?
18.
Yeah, it's probably
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 5.
You instantly go towards the cellar door. Indra just kind of grabs you by the scruff and just goes,
no.
Hold on. And just kind of like points upstairs. There is like a staircase that like could be easily missed, but and it's like very narrow, and Shepard's like having like a little bit of an issue like squeezing through it. But you make your way upstairs. This area upstairs, boarded up windows, completely like pitch black. Maybe like a few lanterns hanging around. This seems to be an area where like a few people can meet up. There's like some chairs and like many different crates. With the 18 investigation, Shepard and Indra find a combined total of 50 gold through like various different items. If you want to take them,
What are the items?
just like jewelry, various like well-crafted swords, like various gems, stuff like from their runs that they just like haven't gotten around to like putting into like the main vault or whatever. So like 50 gold worth of items that like if you were to sell them, like I'm just giving you like a total sum. Instead of having to go and you find a ruby worth 25 and then you find like a piece of paper. Or anything specific that like would catch Shepard's attention if you were to find it?
Anything that like if we found anything that looked like the axe that guy had.
Axe is not here, unfortunately. It seems to be on this
Okay.
person. But hey, if you
Dang.
kill him.
Murder.
And I thought you
Shepard honestly
murder.
asks Indra.
Axe is
do you-
sorry.
Proposes the question to Indra that do you think would be a good idea to take this stuff?
I think
Or do you think they'll be like
if
someone was here?
Okay, if the rest of the group agrees with us to kill these guys, then I think we can take it, because they're, but if we take a little bit longer and we're actually trying to make some sort of, thing happen, then maybe not. I don't know. I guess this stuff could always be here when we return.
Yeah. Alright, maybe we'll wait.
Yeah. Just like kicks a can.
Sorry.
It's fine. It happens. Just like slams a wall. God. Do you want to try and follow them into the cellar?
Are there like stairs leading to like a cellar door or something, or
There seems to be just like a wooden latch, like trapdoor almost, that leads like down a ladder and then into darkness. So, and it's open. So like
it is open?
Yeah, so you could try if you want to.
Could Shepard doesn't want to go in. He just wants to see if like he gets close to it. Is there any like noise, or is there anything he can perceive happening down there from here?
Okay. Indra will give you advantage on this. Make a perception check, please. And add a d4.
Ooh, okay. I think this is gonna be good. Let's see. Where's my D4? I don't really take them out because I don't use them very often.
Yeah, because you're a barbarian.
I'm a barbarian. What can I
Hey.
say? Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 24 now.
24. Okay. The area directly underneath the ladder is a pressure plate trap.
Oh, okay.
That will You don't exactly know what it is, but it has to do with like little slits in the wall that shoot something very small out. I'd say with a 24, you can smell a very potent poison.
Okay.
Also, this hallway seems to lead into a smaller room, just based on like the echo of footsteps and the fact that you can like hear just the faintest bit of their voices. You don't think that this leads into the larger Golden Fingers hideout. This is something different.
Shepard tells Indra that like everything we just figured out, and says, we might need some help from here on out.
Yeah.
And Shepard like describes like the trap and everything, and the fact that he can like smell poison, and it's like we might need the skills of one Ilaria maybe to deal with this. I don't think either of us are equipped for this.
No, and I'm feeling a little exposed, so let's head back. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll still be here if we decide to come back. If not, we know where they are.
Yeah, at least we know where they stay.
And
that they are off training by themselves, most
Trouble.
likely.
So this could be something else that we have, for whatever guild we choose to side with. Or both. Whatever. I don't really care about this shit. Do you?
I don't want people to be hurt.
Yeah.
So whatever option leads to the least amount of carnage, hopefully is what we can do.
We're definitely killing those guys there, right?
Oh, those guys suck.
Yeah.
No,
they fucking suck.
They can die.
Yeah, they can,
that's fine.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Wanna head back?
Yeah, let's head back. you know, since we skipped it this morning, Race there. Shepard, like after leaving the apartment, just sprints.
Make an athletics check.
Okay, sounds good. We're making an athletics check. Okay, that is a 23. I get a +7.
I also get a +7. Did you? Wait, I think I got a 23 as well.
Yeah, let's go.
Synergy.
Neck and neck, you're like pushing against each other as you run back through the streets. You had the stealthiest, like the quietest, most perfect, like trailing them, and then once you like you feel like you're out of like the weird like warehouse like misty district of like thieves. You're like, and yes, we're gonna race and immediately sprint through the streets. And then you both like barrel into like the door of the mushy pigeon, forgetting that Uncle locks it because of the breeze just kind of blows like, oh fuck. After a few moments, Uncle just walks over. What the fuck? You know what? I don't care.
Shepard squeezes, it tries to squeeze in the door first.
You both just fall on the floor like, I'm gonna fucking get you next time, dude. You know that, right?
I am always looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, the score currently is 17-16, but like next time I'm gonna fucking murder you. No, I'm not actually gonna murder you. I'm gonna fucking beat you.
No, it's murder in competition, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, murder in competition.
Right?
I don't want to kill you. No, you're a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I would think Shepard still has trouble with like the metaphors and like I'm gonna kill you. It's like I'll fucking kill you right now. No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that.
Shepard, like I like to think sometimes Shepard's picking up a little bit more sometimes. So in this case, it's like, why would Indra want to kill me from racing? Is this a joke? Are you joking?
Yes.
Is this sarcasm?
Yes, this is friendly sarcasm. All right.
He specifically says, "Is this the sarcasm?" By the way,
The
he doesn't say,
sarcasm.
"Is this sarcasm?" He says, "The sarcasm."
So from Shepard and Indra are back from their scouting mission. Let's see. Asan and Ceridwen, you go back to the Magus Collective. It is way weirder to kind of like go through this mist and fog to find this like mystical tower in the northern part of Lomarand through like weird decrepit trees and like the blight lands that you very much have been to, just kind of like spread out off in the horizon. You make your way back past this like strange fence full of like dead carcasses of animals as like one of the magical practitioners just kind of like continues on, just like picking off like little corpses, waves to you guys happily, and then just marches on.
Yeah, I really thought the corpse thing was because they were controlled by the Devinter, but I guess not.
Hey,
Well, we need to make potions somehow.
yeah, man, you gotta get your ingredients. This one knows, am I right? Yeah, you get it.
I didn't say that out loud. That was a stage whisper.
You whispered too loud.
What can I say? I'm iconic.
You are back in the library of the Magus Collective. You see a couple of people just kind of studying off quietly. A few faces you recognize who just kind of like shoot you a nod, some like wave. You see Gita, who seems a little bit more tired than usual, just kind of rearranging all of the books on the shelves, and just kind of like making sure that everybody's like still okay, because it's only been like a couple of days since you guys
It's
defeated
been
the
like 2 days.
It's been like 2 days since you guys defeated the demon. So like there's a few people that, you know, are back on their feet, and Gita seems to be the one that's like holding this place together, since, you know, there's no more like senior like magister here. She notices you guys, goes, "Oh, it's you again. What can I do for you?"
We're just doing some research.
Anything I can help with? Or you're free to browse our collection, of course, but can I make this easier? Or
How about you make it easier on yourself, because I gotta be honest, you look like you have really been through it since we, you know, got the demon.
you don't
out
need
here.
to patronize me. I realize I look tired, but I also am in the process of rearranging all of the books because, well, they were constructed by a 12-year-old. So if you are looking for something specific, let me know. Otherwise, I will be over there demolishing the alchemical lab so I can move it someplace else. Good day.
Good day.
You just hear construction. Alright. What are you guys looking for?
Well, I mean, I know I already theoretically know, like, you know, what is keeping the a Revenant alive. I would like to see if I can find any histories on, like, the Crescent King from before he was the Crescent King.
Interesting.
You know, do the whole Voldemort, like, Horcrux thing,
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's like, let's go through his whole life story and try to see if there's something important there.
Yeah, you say the name the Crescent King and immediately had to do a sign of the cross afterwards.
Sign of the Maker.
No, I don't believe in the Maker, so, you know.
Sign of no, not Algernon. What's your fucking god?
Earthaman.
Sign of the
The
secret
secret.
guy. You just do a little shh.
No, I just winked into the camera. Is what
Google
it is.
Earth, always taking pictures.
I thought we were here for the golden.
Yeah, you can
But-
you can look for multiple things. That's fine.
Alright,
There
cool.
are two of us.
So Asan, you're looking for the Crescent King before he was the Crescent King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get some type of clue as to who the fuck he was.
Okay. And Serdwin, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Maker's Needle.
Okay.
Finger.
Maker's Finger. Same thing.
Okay. Both of you make investigation or perception checks.
Okay.
I got so many intelligence skills. Investigation's not one of them.
19.
Okay, 19. Is there like a different one that you want to use?
I mean, if this can count as looking through history, then history, yes.
Yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
Cool, I have expertise in history.
I've gotten one over on you, DM. Yay, I get to tell more
DM.
lore. Yay.
I know. I know. Yay.
Yay. 28.
Asan knows things.
Okay. We'll start with Serdwin. The Maker's Finger, you only find a couple of documents, and they're very much like this is like an artifact that may or may not exist. There's a lot of like weird stories surrounding it, specifically like mythological ones where and you as an elf who believes in like the elven pantheon is just kind of like rolling your eyes at this, like, yes, the Maker, like this story about like the Maker didn't feel that the world was perfect enough in his image, therefore he severed a finger on his right hand, and that was used by his prophet to craft mortals and weird mythological beings in his image. And you just kind of like, okay, yeah, great, this is bullshit.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
But there is one that describes the Maker's Finger as a bit more scientifically as, yes, the bony finger of an archmage that existed eons ago, perhaps in the Elven times, before, Tevinter conquered their lands and the elves lost much of their power. This finger is said to be imbued with just pure arcane energy that can sow life back into dead, decrepit things, or sow lyrium directly into living flesh. I'd say make a history or religion check.
Ooh. All right. Okay. 17. Sorry, I had to do math.
You're good. 17.
I had to add 3.
You remember several members of specifically the Crescent King's crew, not the ship that you fought. Most of those that you could tell were human. The members of the Crescent King's crew specifically were undead. And kind of like putting 2 and 2 together, if the Crescent King were to get his hands on the Maker's Finger, he could either power up the undead or do something else entirely.
Ooh. Okay. That's a lot.
Regarding like the the locations of the Maker's Finger, seem to be missing.
Great.
Okay. A son with a 28 history for the Crescent King, before he was the Crescent King.
Yes.
There are so many, kind of like almost like fan fictions regarding like what people think he was. The name that most people settle on, is, let me copy and paste that really quick.
Oh god.
Yeah. No, it's just it's Hoda Amar.
Hoda Amar,
Yes.
possibly who the Crescent King
Yes,
was.
possibly. This is like, there's things that like overlap, kind of like, common knowledge that has like cemented itself within like the popular like canon. So that is the name that like most people agree upon. A once wealthy merchant in Antiva that seems to have been, and this is like where it splits. It's either he was betrayed by someone he trusted, or his loved one was killed and he swore revenge, but either way, he swears revenge on someone. The loved one is not really mentioned. Sometimes it's like a partner, other times it's just a close crew member. Other times it is the entire crew. But the Crescent King, or Hoda, Captain Hoda, swears revenge, and goes kind of like on a rampage across the seas to kill anything in his way that he knows is related to the person that wronged him. So either killing off like the crew of vessels underneath this person's command, or traveling far and wide to kill any remaining like family members, or completely like burning down like vaults of this person's money, taking it for himself, and coming across something dark. Now, this is where it gets very murky because no one's really sure how the Crescent King was able to acquire dark powers. Some say, obviously, it's a demon. Others say that he found some strange arcane artifact that possessed him. And others say he had all these powers all along and just never showcased them. But something went wrong. He was able to acquire the powers of a revenant. However, his entire crew was slaughtered. The Crescent King's new mission, and now is when he adopted the title, the Crescent King, his crew killed under the light of a crescent moon. With his revenant powers, he was able to bring them back, but not to their full potential. And not correctly. And that's kind of where either most people end it there, or go on to just write whatever the fuck they want at that point. And like after reading, like the Crescent King grew to the size of a mountain, you're like, okay, we're done. That is pretty much all the information, and all like the little scraps that like you can piece together. And this is like over the course of like an hour of you sitting there with like several different like books, pamphlets, scrolls, and just pulling the things that make the most sense, and like of what you remember. And then after a little bit, like Saradwin comes over and like also like puts her 2 cents in of like, yeah, he had an undead crew, like type of situation, and you both kind of come up with a very solid understanding from like the very like little bits and pieces that you've put together.
Okay.
Yeah, if he finds the golden finger, we're fucked.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, I mean, that's something. And from what you can tell, the golden finger is unknown whereabouts.
It's in a secret location called Missing.
Got it. Alright. Well, I guess we go report back our findings.
Alright.
Are there any books about temples?
Oh yeah,
around
Elvis
here?
Temple.
Yes, there are. Are you looking, like specific location?
Like any elven temples that were located near the water, or like
Okay.
around here.
Yes, there are. Just make a general investigation check for me.
I assist in this.
Yes, you may. You
I
advantage.
assist.
Investigation.
You have advantage.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, 16.
16. There is one that and this is like, again, you know, you're looking through scrolls from hundreds of years ago, like before, you know, the known like chantry calendar, quote unquote, where like the major religion decides, you know, like the months and the holidays and whatever. Like these are writings that have been kept in like, you know, very mint and frail condition, and as like you're looking over them, somebody like walks over, goes ah! And then like steps back, but like still like looking at you to make sure you're handling it correctly. There is one temple. Let me point it out on the map really quick. Everybody can see the Rialto Bay map?
Yes.
Okay. There seems to have been an elven temple around like this area, but you know, like more closer to like this area. But since like, you know, with the rising sea levels, a majority of like the land has just been completely gone underwater. So like this like whole area is kind of like up for grabs regarding the location of the elven temple.
Okay. She takes out her little sketchbook and starts taking notes of what the location could be like.
Okay. Is that it for what you want to research?
Yes, that's essentially
Okay.
what I wanted to know.
Are people good to keep going, or do you want to take a break?
It doesn't matter to me. Break?
I call break.
Let's use the
Okay.
bathroom.
Break.
All right. Be back by
Grab
what,
laundry.
6:45?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Went.
We're recording.
Yeah, wait, why do you care?
We're recording. Okay. So Shepard, Indra, San, Saradwin heading back to the Mushy Pigeon, Alaria, and Erland. Finally.
Finally.
Sorry, you've
Could I
just been
get
sitting
some
there.
Erland stuff to go?
What?
like he hasn't had food yet.
What?
like can I get him food to go?
Oh yes. Can I get some Erland stuff to go?
Oh, you know that Orland to go. You know what I'm saying?
I just want him to be fed.
Aw. Brandy's not here, so Ilaria takes over. Yeah, sure. You pack like a little like a baked like bread with like shit inside and like
do
wrap it up.
The French do put butter.
You
with a
giving him a
piece of
shit
chocolate.
wrap?
Yep.
With a side of
In a
poop in
sandwich.
it?
Sandwich.
And you make your way through the city streets. Erland, what do you put on the little note, and how much gold do you provide?
Well, considering we gave Spots 100 to help us find Leonis, who didn't want to be found, let's consider our starting bid. So in our usual kind of thieves' cant, a little bit of obfuscation here, right? We're gonna write down our little note. It's just gonna say something like, "The gallows are built. We need only know where. Help us, and we will make it worth your while." and then 75 gold in the little crevice there. That's gonna be our starting stake.
Okay.
And yeah, just gonna have that little like, because spots usually has a little symbol of just like a bunch of little dots, little spots on the note.
Mhm.
So just leave that in a little parcel underneath the brick.
All right. Do you head back to the tavern, or do you find some other place to speak with them?
I think in this situation, we'll give them like, I don't remember like what the turnaround time typically is. Like, let's say we try to like schedule a meeting for, say, a number of hours from now to give everyone else time to gather their things and do their research. So
In the
let's say if we're
afternoon.
doing, yeah, like in the afternoon. So let's say if we're doing this at like 10, right? At like 10 in the morning,
Mhm.
during like a little bit of late, a little bit of planning, right? Let's say we're gonna making a like afternoon like 4. Let's say we give ourselves 6 hours to plan things, and possibly myself also to work on potions.
Erlen just
I
really
love
wants to
his
get back
name.
to his potion
Like,
making.
please leave me alone.
Please. Okay. Ilaria, you walk with him. Erlen's like, okay, and then
Oh,
leaves.
here's the. I packed this for you. It's half melted.
He like gives you this look with this like haggard expression, slightly
It's
sunken
butter
eyes.
and chocolate. Sandwiches eat 2 pieces of bread.
Thank you kindly. Grabs it, starts walking over to Brass Solutions. Because we
does
still have one more session with Sid.
does Ilaria
Alright.
follow Erlen, or do you go somewhere else?
I would like to also go to Brass Solution because I think I need things. Like, yeah, might as well.
Alright. Okay. You walk to Brat Solutions. Sid wordlessly just gives you a nod. Erland, what kind of potion are you working on?
So here's the goal, right? We have one more session with Sid, and if this works, hopefully the way that we kind of were doing it with the previous potion, it should help us on the time front if we have another experienced
Yes,
alchemist.
it
with
cuts
us.
your time in half.
Beautiful. So what we would like to try to do is, considering we already have the ingredients for everything, we just need to get it in there. We're gonna make all this elf fruit that Ilaria gifted us in ages past into potions. Standard classic healing potions. So from what we have here, we would have enough for 4. Let me double check that.
Are you doing uncommon ones?
Well, we have enough elf fruit for 4 uncommon ones from what I remember writing.
What was the
Some-
DC for that?
Yes. So the rundown on basic potions. So the minor ones, the common ones, DC 8. Usually take 8 hours and 25 gold pieces. But presumably with the elf fruit, that should take away the cost.
Yes.
Yes. So if we have that, we should be able to get out of this with. Where the fuck did I write? Whatever. I wrote it in the notes. I wrote it in the notes, not in the character sheet, because there's so much on this character sheet. But fair enough. Yeah. Just considering. There we go. Yep. 4 common healing potions is worth of elf fruit. So if it's enough for 4 commons, let's just try to do a little bit of quantity over quality here to have everyone at least be strapped with 1. Hopefully.
Okay.
Stay strapped, you get clapped.
Welcome to
Percent.
Barovia, bitch.
Exactly. Though, like, considering like it's 4 words, so it's like we only have enough time for like 1.5, maybe.
Let's see how well you roll, and then we'll say depending on how well you do. So for uncommon ones, it's 8, right? Or no, 10.
8 hours for common ones. Uncommon ones are 24 hours.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
common ones DC 8 hours, 25 GP. That's what I've written down for the potion.
Yeah. So are you making uncommon or common potions?
We're going for the common ones.
Okay,
just
gotcha.
Quantity.
All right. So yeah, DC 8. I'll say, every 2 points above the DC that you get, that's like, I'd say 4 hours shaving off your time. So if
Okay.
you like roll really well, then you could feasibly make all 4.
Feasibly. We could feasibly condense like 32 hours into like less than that.
Yeah. Does Ilaria want to help Erland?
She's going to help in the best capacity she knows how.
Okay. Just give me a straight intelligence check, and if you get above a 12, then I'll give Roland advantage.
Okay. I don't think I have anything on my intelligence. Let me just double check.
You have Riz.
I have Riz.
That's about
I have
it.
nothing else in her, between her two eyes.
It's
That's a
all right.
13.
You're the whiz, and I'm the slight bit of intelligence.
The whiz riz.
The whiz riz.
Riz whiz. Yeah, Erland, you have advantage on all of the potion making checks that you need.
Beautiful. Should I do one for each?
Yes.
Okay. Alchemist supplies. Let's get this rolling. And rocking. Click. That is an exact 8.
Yep.
For our first
yeah, so 4 hours.
That's a standard 4 hours.
Yep.
Second. You know, I kind of should I give? You know, fuck it. Let's say we use the 1 session reroll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's give ourselves more
What's the
leeway.
worst that could happen after this?
What is the worst that could happen after?
Fight the crescent
Fireball.
Exactly. No, we'll just
Spots
we'll
shows up with a gun.
consider that. Right?
Give me your money. I'm gonna
One.
shoot.
A 19 instead.
Okay, so that's
A number.
10, 12,
What's
14, 16, 18. So that's 20 hours that you were able to shave off. So you
Shaving off 20.
yeah, so you can still make you can still make rolls for 3 more potions depending on how well you roll.
All right, let's do this. Advantage 1
Okay.
flat 20, 2 flat
Mhm.
like 19, and 3 21.
Okay, you are able to make all 4 within, I'd say, 3 hours.
Beautiful. This is the good. This is why cauldrons are so great. You know, like Sid just has a big ass cauldron. I make a big old healing soup. We go
right,
for
yeah, and Sid doesn't talk to you.
exactly.
This is why chefs take cocaine.
My
But, you know.
chefs take cocaine. You never get high off your own supply, but you have a different guy for that.
You were a little concerned as like why Ilaria is just kind of standing there, but she does like just remind you regarding like semi-chemical ingredients that she's just like picked up by like using a bunch of your potions that you made for her, and just kind of goes, "Oh yeah, don't forget to add the solution." You're like, "Oh, yeah, shit, right."
Once in a while, she'll stir.
Stir.
She's watching. She's watching like like when you're boiling milk.
Just randomly throws like a little mint in there for flavor.
Yeah, you gotta make sure skin doesn't form.
I'd say if you want to make one more potion, and like you
Might
roll,
have the time.
if you roll well enough, you will have the time to make one more uncommon or common potion.
One more uncommon or common potion. We'll see, because the uncommons are 24, and that might be a bit of a jump. But we can.
If you roll well enough, I'll allow it.
Okay, then let's consider.
Because you guys haven't had downtime in like several months.
Please kill me.
that wasn't a son. That was Mark.
That was-
Yeah.
Okay, because I have this, I have those. Let's double check with what I have in my inventory. That one's checked. That one's checked. We've made those. We made those. I have a lot of Alaria kibble. And
You wanna? Do you have the ingredients for the monster energy?
as far as I'm aware, I don't know.
As
I
far
have
as
like
I'm
a
aware, I
recipe
don't know.
for it. From what I understand, I have a recipe for it. I just don't know what it consists of. We might fuck around and make that. But alternatively, I would be interested in making, because I see with. Nah. No, let's say we can make an. No, fuck it. Let's make Monster Energy. Let's see if we can try to make Monster Energy. It depends, because what kind of rarity potion would that be?
I'd say uncommon.
It'd be uncommon? Okay. Then if we're going by regular uncommon rules, the gold cost typically goes into the ingredient gathering part, right? That's
Mhm.
usually how they hand wave it.
Mhm.
So that would be DC 12, 24 hours with 100 gold behind it.
Do you want to spend 100 gold on this?
I would hope not to. he's like Erlin's sitting there, right? Like looking at this like half scribbled like mess of a recipe, right? And we thought the blight bloom cure was bad.
I
No,
believe I told Serdwin. Ren, do you have the notes about the
Sarah gave
ingredients?
me the notes, right? From Kyle.
Yes.
Yeah, Ren, do you remember the specific ingredients that Kyle told you? Or did you just
Shit.
I'm asking, like, if you wrote them down, cool. If not, then like it's fine.
No.
It's okay. Cause I
I
remember
don't know which file I put them in.
that's fine. We'll say that Kyle told Serdwin specific ingredients. I don't remember them right now because I have a lot of other bullshit in my brain rattling around. Because Mark asked for the entire history of the Crescent King.
I was given the idea, like the recipe for Monster Energy drink. I just don't know what it entails.
No, yeah.
Those are the notes I never
Kyle,
got.
Kyle told Serdwin the specific ingredients, and Serdwin told you the specific ingredients. So we'll say you know
A little
them.
bit of game of telephone.
If you want to send Ilaria on a run to find those ingredients, or if you want to ask Sid for those ingredients if he has them, and maybe ask for a discount, those are your two options at this moment, I think.
So after like a couple hours of silence, right? Other than like a couple like head nods and then like a slight like gesture towards pointing one thing and then like a head nod like, yeah, that's okay, go ahead, use that one, right? He'll perk up. He'll say, "Hey Sid, so one of my group has a bit of a batshit insane idea, and really trying to figure out any world in which this is worth the time."
I love batshit insane ideas. Hit me.
So they're calling this thing. They say it gives you the energy of monsters.
Heard of it.
And I got a bit of an ingredients list here, some sort of a recipe, but it's a little unorthodox. You might have anything a little weird in the back that might be able to fulfill some of these conditions.
Just kind of like squints. Maybe, but you paid for my time, not my ingredients, so... I do have a couple of these. Believe a blood lotus. You got any, deep mushrooms with you?
Deep mushrooms.
I believe you harvested some from your encounter with...
Brandy.
We did.
Brandy
I remember
throws
that.
all of the, like, alchemical ingredients at you, by the way.
Everybody has at least one mushroom.
Everybody has at least one mushroom. I remembered the mushrooms.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So you
guy
you would have some that you gathered.
I have some. Yeah.
And Sid just kind of goes, raw blood lotus, we're on you about 10 gold for a bunch of 3, 15 gold for a bunch of 5.
Bunch of 5. No.
Is Erlen gonna try and haggle?
Can I help?
And Erwin tackle.
Does Erlen know how?
She's
This
gonna
might
hype
be
him up.
this might be a bit of a bold idea, bold claim, right? But this sort of thing, it's being made out in the streets by some less than knowledgeable folk, right? If we can get this sort of recipe right, if we can get this sort of concoction working the way it should with the kind of lab that you have, I imagine you might have a very good new product on the shelves. With, of course, no fear on possible side effects, since that'll be tested by a couple of, batshit insane and desperate people like us.
Okay.
So maybe we can help each other out here.
That will be a persuasion check from Erland. Is Elaria helping in some way?
Yeah, you know what? like we could be onto something like really cool, really new here, and you would be this shop would be known as the birthplace of this new, regulated monster energy drink.
Okay, Erland, you have advantage on a persuasion check.
She's like, let's trademark this shit.
Trying to convince them that we can be Heisenberg. We can make that 99.6% pure monster energy drink. I am much better at deception than I am at persuasion, but we'll fuck it, we ball. So glad I already used my once per session reroll.
Yep.
Click. 13.
13. He goes, kind of like cocks his head a little bit. All right. How about a stack of 5 for 5 gold?
Well, I can work with that. I will give him 5 gold.
All right. And are you working on the monster energy potion?
Yeah, let's.
Make one more
do this.
alchemical check with advantage.
Beautiful. All right. 1. Click. Flat 20.
20. You finish it just in the nick of time before you and Ilaria think that you might have to head
Have
back.
to gun it.
Yep, have to head back to the tavern. The rest of the group is already there, just kind of like, where the fuck did they go? This is a lime green potion. It smells very like sweet and fruity, but in a very sour kind of way. This is an uncommon magical potion. A bonus action to consume. You gain the hasted condition for 2 turns.
Is it carbonated, DM?
Of course it's carbonated.
Why is it spicy?
So the haste condition, after the 2 turns, you still get the drawback, that lethargy.
Nope.
No.
You're sure
minus the lethargy. Okay. All right. Actually, looking a lot better than I expected.
Don't you have somewhere to be now?
Oh yeah, we gotta get the hell out of here. But appreciate the business with you. We'll let you know how these turn out.
Don't.
Well, you have the recipe anyways, so.
Oh, did Ilaria want to do anything?
Honestly, nah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Uh-huh.
I did buy something from Sid before, and I did use it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I deleted it from my notes.
I don't fucking remember what you bought.
Wait, view fast changes.
Didn't
Oh
you
my
get
God.
Alchemist Fire?
Pitch grenade as well as this is.
Oh, you did get one of those pitch grenades.
This is why I use digital note taking. I went view past history. So pitch grenade as well as the smoke bomb vial, and I think that's it.
The smoke vials, because we gave those away, right? They're not in the bag.
Yeah, I think I used them actually.
Like, yeah, those are either gone or used.
Yeah, just pitch grenade and the smoke bomb. How much would that run me?
The pitch grenade, 50 gold, and the smoke bomb. Were they not the same thing?
No, pitch grenade
No,
is
pitch
the one that
grenade's
gives
like
the tar.
Oh, okay, right.
It's like the glue trap.
Smoke bomb.
So I still have that written down on my side.
I think that was also
DC
50 gold.
13.
The smoke bomb.
It's a
Okay.
DC 13 dex check and turns it to a cube. with
Right.
difficult terrain.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. And I can't remember if the pitch grenade is also is it also flammable?
It's a vial.
I believe the pitch
Yeah,
grenade
got it.
was flammable. The smoke
So
bomb wasn't.
use
The
that
pitch
on
grenade
the-
was.
We used that on the flail snail, right?
Oh right.
That was like how you were able to like kind of like trap it more or less in its
Alright.
little entrance to the
I'll
cave.
get.
And then we had escargot.
I'll get 1 pitch grenade and 2 smoke bomb vials. That's
Okay.
150.
Yep.
out. I know how to do math.
Every D&D
Gold.
player knows how to do math until they play D&D.
Until they play the
Sure.
It's my job to teach kids
math when it comes to
Here I am.
buying things. Yes, math when it comes to literally anything else.
Seeing the
No.
number on the die and adding two numbers together. Whoa, buddy,
Whoa.
Yeah,
Having to
it's
add like
lovely.
2 or 3 die together.
Sorry, I
Ugh.
didn't know this was advanced algebra.
And they're
okay?
like different types too, like a D4 and a D8. Like this is why everyone forgets inspiration because you have to roll an extra die on top of the D20.
Mr. Daly is looking at us with like such shame in his eyes.
Yeah.
I forgot I had an extra smoke bomb vial in my inventory that I hadn't used, so now I have 3.
Whoa!
Let's go. I'm literally on fire.
Ha!
Wait.
Ha!
Smoke curtain.
Okay.
You have despiration.
de-inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick one roll to fuck up.
Pick one roll to kill you instantly. All right, are you guys running back?
Yes.
Are you racing?
Yes.
I'm not racing.
Ilarius like
Oh,
race
racing.
you, and then Erlen just continues his walk.
Laria looks back like a niece would look at her uncle, being like, "Come on, run! You coming after me?"
My legs ain't so long.
She kind of runs a
The
little
idea of a dwarf just like beep, 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 running along with his
Scuttle,
little
scuttle,
legs.
scuttle.
Well, especially because he's a monk, so
I'm still like one of our fastest in the entire
Yeah.
team. It's mainly the idea of getting the guy to fucking hustle.
look, he doesn't take long steps. He takes quick steps.
Like a little spider.
Scurry, scurry.
Oh my
scurry.
god. The Mr. Krabs, yes. Yes.
Okay, you get back. The rest of the group, you've gotten like lunch at this point. You see Erlen and Ilaria emerge through the. Actually, you knock
sweaty.
first, and then the uncle has to. Oh, it's just so busy today. Come on in.
Yay!
Closes the door behind you as like the wind like rushes in. You see what the group have like saved some portions of like lunch for Ilaria and Erland.
I would have just bought them. They're
Okay,
separate.
alright.
Like a completely separate dish.
Yeah. You all gather in the tavern at 4 p.m. Not quite busy, but it will get busy around like 5 or 6-ish. So do you guys bring your stuff up back to your rooms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Once more, checking the perimeter, Indra vigilantly just scouring, casting detect magic all over the place to see
wait,
if like
sorry.
anyone's. Yes.
Can I also get a portion for spots?
Okay. All right. Do you guys discuss your findings first, or are you waiting for spots?
Do we want to discuss what we found so far?
I mean, might as well burn time.
All right. Well, Sarah, do you want to share what you found?
Yes. I have notes.
I did take notes, in fact.
As Sarah is looking at her hands, see the scroll.
Okay. So, I did research on the Maker's Finger. And the big question is, does it exist? Maybe. Okay.
Indra claps.
So it's within the mythological relics as we know. And it can craft all sorts of things and blah blah blah. It's like a fairy tale kind of thing, and people think it's like super they're like, oh, the Maker sliced off his finger to help humanity, actually to make humanity, and then make nice houses for them, and it's so amazing. Anyways, but I found this one book that talked about how it was a finger of an archmage, essentially, and this is like ancient times, and it is imbued with pure arcane energy, and it has the ability to create life and resurrect creatures with lyrium. And yeah, and I just made the connection. It's like, okay, Crescent King's crew are undead, right? And
Mhm.
he might be looking for this Maker's Finger. You know what he could do with the Maker's Finger?
Have a bigger crew.
Yes. So just imagine, he could power up his own crew, or make a whole undead apocalypse happen. I think that's something he would do. And
If he doesn't just hand it over to the Imperium.
oh, why would he? He could just take over the Imperium. It's that powerful. Anyways,
It's
locations.
not just their hands. You got to worry about it falling under.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it got into the hands of anyone here, it'd be wild. Imagine if the Maker's Finger got into Spot's hands. We don't want to deal with that. So
The BBG
the location.
spots. Your villain has
I wouldn't put it
anxiety.
past you. I wouldn't put it past you, Alec.
No, they're too precious. Obviously, the villain is Kyle. God.
Obviously.
Oh no!
Kyle's been tracking us this entire time. Kyle's a plant. A Tevinter plant.
If he was a plant, he'd be a sunflower.
Be a sunflower. Always brightens our day.
So yeah, it's currently missing, which is fun. But
Well, I sure as hell hope it wasn't found.
I have found something more interesting than God's Finger itself.
More interesting than the instrument with which to end the world.
Yes. So I had a dream about this underwater elven temple.
You had a
right?
dream.
Yes. And it had a deep, powerful energy and had guards around it. It was very epic and stuff. And the last time I had a dream about a location, it was real. And we found a powerful relic, right? Well,
your sword.
and she pulls out her elven temple drawing, a little shitty drawing of the map and where it could be. So we're here, right? And she points to Lauren. Well, there's this elven temple that basically just rising sea levels took over it. It's right around this location. In the middle of the ocean. It exists, guys.
Ancient elven temple, you say?
Yes. With something powerful in the middle of it. With undead. I don't know. There were catacombs.
I love your little drawing.
Not far from, what is that? Ain't that where we found the sea turtle?
Huh.
I think.
John Dragon Turtle, a bit north of there.
Yeah.
But the turtle has left.
But the turtle was heading in that direction.
The turtle fucked
be
off
gone by now.
immediately.
It was cursed to stay in Rialto Bay for hell knows how long. Right?
It was less like a curse and more of like a wounded animal kind of like stays in the same location because it just can't fucking move anywhere.
It was trapped in the bay for so long. I don't think we're gonna see.
What
it
are
again.
these? Like notes of a madman. Why are they sideways?
What are
God, it's also like it's like
This
when
is how
I
she writes.
So in character.
it's like when I did notes as Tolvik and it was all just like anxiety written scrambling, written in like the
You
best
see-
font ever.
Oh,
Titled "Nothing You Could
Tolvik.
Do."
That's amazing.
All right. Also,
So,
not
yeah,
too
it's
far
real.
from the Crescent King's usual stomping grounds, so I want to be extra careful of that.
So we talked about how. Wait, was I there? remnants,
Revenants.
how they're connected to things. Yes, I was the one that talked about it. Jesus Christ. I mean, Algernon. So
Oh,
yeah,
good on.
remnants. They are connected to these spiritual places of burial, and in order to completely kill them, they need to be completely destroyed. Right? Do you think?
Well, their resting place needs to be destroyed. And then we still gotta go about killing the thing.
Okay, so here's my hypothesis. So the Maker's Finger could be in this temple, or the Crescent King is directly connected to wherever this is.
The king don't. He didn't look elven though. Is the thing that's tripping me up here.
I mean, anyone can walk into an elven
And
temple.
then just die.
Yeah.
Just
There's a reason Algernon pointed that out to me.
mhm.
Or it may not even be connected, but it's important.
See, sometimes you dream up something real useful, right? And I think for a minute, and then I think about all the other shit that your dreams come along with, and then I don't envy you at all.
I don't know. You just have to be on your toes. Like you're not gonna get a magical vision from your god and be like, nah, that's not real. Right? Right, Asan? He gets it.
Well, either way, they're pointing you towards something important. Whether that's
I got
connected
your
to the
back, Jared.
king, whether that's connected to the king, the finger, or both, don't matter. Either way, it's something important that we're gonna want to check out.
Yes.
Mm.
Also, I have to get into a fight soon and kill things with
What?
but
Well,
that's
we can
that's
help with
something
that.
else. How was your mission?
Planning on starting trouble? What's up?
Well, wait, did Asan, did you find anything? Asan?
Yeah, I did. You called me as I was getting up to go get cookies.
Well, now you know what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
How it feels?
Well, I looked up the history of the Crescent King. It seems like the way that, well, most people seem to agree that his name was Hoda Amar, a merchant of some sort from Antiva. And then he was either betrayed by someone or his loved one was killed, but sometimes that loved one is a crewmate or a friend. Either way, depending on whether he was betrayed or his lover was killed, he swore revenge on the person who did it. And because of his swearing of revenge, he eventually ended up becoming a revenant, but all of his crew passed away. And he was able to bring them back, but not to their full potential and not correctly.
You mean like undead?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do we know how recent all this Crescent King stuff came about? Like, we're talking century, 2 centuries?
Oh yeah, Alec, when was that?
Maybe like 2.5 centuries ago.
Around 2.5 centuries?
So he himself was an elven, like ancient elven ruins that's like pre this current calendar type of situation. So those ruins either like sunk to the bottom of the ocean like in that time, and then like the Crescent King died within like the this current like era, quote unquote, and their elven ruins are more so just like a place marker.
Old.
Like something for like
It would have been ancient even in those times.
Yeah. So you guys aren't just like, scouring the bottom of the ocean looking for like one bone.
We got it. One bone.
Fuck, it was a dolphin.
So, King gets these powers, turns his dead crew into his undead crew. And now, what's he up to? What's his whole deal here? Other than just piracy and striking fear into everyone else?
Well, that's the thing. He originally swore revenge, and that was the whole thing about becoming a revenant, but I don't see him doing much of that anymore.
I think maybe he accomplished that, and now
He's just here?
Well, Saradwin, didn't you say something that, like, if he gets the Maker's Finger, he'll be able to bring his crew back, or make them more powerful or something?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so maybe that's the reason he's still around, like, to bring his crew back.
Fully back. Not
Bring
just
his
your
crew
usual mindless undead kind of situation. More
Yeah.
of like returning people from the dead
With magic powers.
that you got from a god. Alright. So this, to bring back the idea, it's an even worse situation then. We actually can't even risk the king getting to that finger before us, because by that point, the amount of damage you can do is not something to think of.
And we have 2 thieves guilds looking for it.
Oh, speaking of those thieves guilds, Shepard and I went out for a morning run. I think we saw, what were their names?
Erica and the big guy from the tavern the other day.
Yeah. And, they seem to be doing their own thing.
Yeah, they went to the docks and, from what we could tell, just killed like a bunch of people. We tracked them back to where we think is where they're operating out of, and it looks like it doesn't have anything to do with the Golden Fingers.
You're saying they got a new home base then?
For specifically Erica and like a few of her people.
Making money on the side or something, or using the Golden Fingers resources, but they killed a bunch of the Tidecallers, and those were the people that Uncle said were powerful.
Running the docks.
And well liked.
Yeah.
You could tell they were tide callers. They got some kind of...
Well, it was a warehouse near the docks, and a bunch of people dressed in some sort of uniform, so I'm taking a shot in the dark here, but hey, if we figure out that they're, the guild of merchant fucks or whatever, then I don't care, but listen,
Right.
I'm
There
fine with
could
making
be infighting
friends.
here.
If that's where we're going, those people, they gotta go.
You don't even think they're working under Kamar at this point? They're just an
Well,
offshoot of an
It
offshoot?
it didn't feel like that's the case.
Well, then why don't
I
we
mean-
just go, clean up?
Would have been smart, considering their old...
and just
meeting
putting his armor
grounds.
back on.
Considering their old meeting grounds was
West.
pretty, how to say?
Yeah.
Their old meeting grounds is pretty shit. I mean, half the town already knew it, right? So it would have been smart for them to relocate, but...
I think it's just a portion that is relocating.
This
Yeah.
doesn't feel like it's the Golden Fingers.
Maybe
It feels like it's Erica and a few of
Erica and a
her
couple of
people.
folks.
maybe Erica was going to
Who?
include Kamar in this, but I don't know if they have. We could talk to her, but
Eric or Kamar? I mean,
I would think
technically,
we would talk to Kamar because Erica seems much more dangerous.
She was the one threatening Uncle back at the bar.
Yeah.
that one. All right. Is the big bastard also there? The real
Argus.
stoic flat
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
his
they
name?
didn't look like they
Argus.
fucked around.
Argus.
They did
What
not
a-
look like they fucked around. All right. So that's two things then. If you want to make good friends with Kamar, you could let her know that some of her folk are off doing their own business, and
She asked.
another one of her folk is a turncoat.
Well, she asked about a mole. We don't have to tell her which mole we found.
Fair enough.
I think a little infighting between the rest of them would be actually good for them.
They went after another thieves guild. They doing some kind of power grab? What is this?
What Shepard heard was that they were going to start like absorbing the rest of the Thieves Guild and like bolstering like the Golden Fingers rank, the Golden Fingers quote unquote ranks. But this seems to be something that Erica's doing kind of like on her own. Presumably, you know, murdering that many people isn't really a necessity of the job. You get in, get out, unseen. This was very much like a
Intentional.
yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, whether we, no matter who we try to help out, these few people seem pretty bad to me.
And we know where their base is.
Yeah.
Erica's gang here. Well,
Ding, ding, ding. You just hear a couple of rocks being thrown at the window.
Oh, right on time. Oh, just
They,
without
they
even. No, I'll take a glance, but I crack open the window.
It's like raining now, and Spots is like scampering up to the second story. They're completely like wet, and they just kind of like shake it off like a dog.
Oh,
Hey,
hello. And I open the window. Come on in.
just kind of like slips in. Oh, it's really coming down out there, isn't it? You guys are all safe and dry and warm. It's cool. So, got your note. You guys really just love making friends with a lot of weird people, huh? Well, you know what? That's not... I'm not gonna judge here. Can I just, for my own sanity, ask why the Gallowmen of all people? I think the Merchants Guild is a lot friendlier around these parts. Is there any reason you're going after the Mafia?
They seem cool. I'm gonna slowly hand them the plate. With their hands on the floor.
Completely devouring it.
I want to assess that question. Because a part of me, so I'm under the inclination, or at the very least Erlin's under the inclination, that any information we give Spots is liable to be sold to another. So I would like to see whether or not Spots, by asking us that question, is trying to get, you know, more, less for Spots' sake, but more of like, for Spots' other clients' sake.
Make an insight check.
You catch me?
Yes, I
Yeah.
catch you.
Frostfall, I catch you.
Insight.
9.
9.
Um...
Spots, damn, they're good.
Let's see. With a 9, you can't really be certain. For the most part, it seems like Spots has just been trying to, like, keep you guys away from, like, the real fuckery of Lomarin, because you seem nice and you give him food, but other than that, you just can't really be certain. Lomarin is a weird place with weird people.
You get better scraps from the big dogs. Is that a good enough answer for you?
Uh.
That's
You
very
like
aggressive early.
the little the gears turning like, sure, yeah, okay. Okay, I do have some information. Thanks for the gold, by the way. That was like way over than you needed to pay me, but I appreciate the tip, you know. So Gallowman, they've got a little bit of a restaurant in kind of like the main city, or the main streets of town. It was the nice kind of like the place with like the nice doors and like the wood that doesn't creak, and like as they're describing it, you're like, oh yeah, I've passed by it and it looked way too like nice for Lomarin, and I didn't feel like there we'd be safe type of like situation. Yeah, it's the trilogy wall. Real like, kind of like a nice place, you know, if you got like a lot of coin to spend on like bullshit wine or whatever. But yeah, the really way to get in there. You come up to the bartender at the kind of like the back of the whole establishment. Sit at the bar, and if the bartender asks if you want anything to drink, you tell him, no thanks, just waiting here for an associate. But that's only the first part, okay? Then you wait 10 minutes. Then the bartender comes by, says, are you sure you don't want anything? You say, well, on second thought, something bloody would be great. And then when the bartender comes back with just like a random fucking piece of shit drink, you're gonna slide that back and go, oh, you're gonna ask for something a bit more expensive, slide him 5 gold, and that's your way in. The important part is your inflection of tone. If you just come in there saying something like you don't know what you're doing or you're not there for a purpose, the bartender is just not gonna, you know, understand what you're doing and just kind of give you like a Bloody Mary or whatever. Here, though, you know, the inflection of tone is really important. You gotta seem like you're there for a reason, and you actually, like, you know what you're saying to this bartender, and like the, you know, the weight of the things. But that's how you get in. They're gonna check out what you're carrying, make sure that it's nothing weird. You guys will probably be fine. You don't have any bombs on you, right?
I glanced lightly at Ilaria.
How thorough are their shakedowns?
Not yet.
It's the Gallowmen, Ilaria. It's not a joke here, okay? Like, maybe you got through the Golden Fingers by knocking their door down, but with the Gallowmen, they're gonna kill you, okay? They're gonna please.
She slowly takes some bottles.
You see them like about to have a panic attack over this.
She puts them on the side. You hear clink, 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 clink.
Yeah. So that's how you get, into their place of business. They're gonna shake you down a little bit, and then, they're gonna be asking you, why your reasoning is there, and if you know anybody. You guys know somebody within the Gallowmen, right? Or you have, like, some sort of a thing to get you in? Because I could get you one of those, but that is gonna cost extra.
I think we're set.
We have our way in, yeah.
Okay, great. That's great, yeah.
Finding the doors is good.
Good, okay, cool.
So it was, no, I'm not, I don't want anything, I'm just waiting for an associate. Then 10 minutes, on second thought, how about something bloody? And then when they bring you back some bullshit drink. What was the third part? You
Drink
give it
it,
back to
ask
them.
for something a bit more expensive, give them 5 gold.
All right, something a bit more expensive, and then give him 5 gold. Cool.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna go meet Chattermuffin, are you?
Why would you ask?
There's a reason we shouldn't.
Well, yeah, she's scary. I just get a bad feeling from her is all. Shepard, make a persuasion check for me. Or a deception check.
Okay. A 16.
Okay. Spots just goes, I don't know, it just gives me a bad feeling is all, so you guys be careful around her, okay? Just, yeah.
You're really tied to these Gallowmen?
She's working for them. She's like their main procurer. Of course she does business on the side and there's ways to reach her away from the Gallowmen, but she's well in there, yeah, so. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm getting a little worried with how entangled you guys are becoming.
Well, it should all go right today. We won't be here for much longer.
Oh, like what, another week you're gonna be here? Or?
Less.
Okay. Was there anything else you guys needed from me?
Just your wonderful conversation.
So was there anything else that you wanted, or because I got it.
As always. You have a safe trip, Spots.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, thanks for the tip, and that information would have cost you like 25 gold, but I really appreciate it, Earl, and I feel like we're gonna do great business. And then just scampers out the window.
If we're ever here again. Good to have friends in low places.
Really
Pay people
low
what they're worth.
places.
So, we have our way in.
All right. First step.
You know what we're gonna do when we're in there, right? We have our letter. We can talk to some folk, and you bring up the idea of removing Erica's little group from the equation. Ain't against it. I'm against the idea of just doing things out of the kindness of our own hearts. So, consider this. Word travels fast, yeah. They probably already know about, another Thieves Guild seeing some heavy losses. What they might not know is where Erica's group is stashed. These guys are still, quote-unquote, part of the Golden Fingers, this scary upstart group that's trying to cause some ruckus. So, here's another bargaining chip for us. Not only do we know their mole, we don't need to reveal their mole. We don't need to be any bit of hostility. We don't need to add any of that to the conversation. But we know that they have a mole in the Golden Fingers, and we ourselves, we're part of the Golden Fingers, and are in good with their current boss. So we can do them a favor of, say, removing this extra group here, and anyone who might be left, like, say, Kamar, if they're feeling up for a bit of getting eaten up by the big dogs, that can just be a bonus for them. If that really is their goal, to just get more membership.
I don't know if it's to get more membership. I think it's just to get rid of any competition. Because what it seems like is that there was like I don't know, some kind of peace between all the thieves guilds around here, and then
They're threatening that.
yeah.
And again, we can we always have that one thing up our sleeve on the idea that Omar is gone, and whoever did it is whoever they would rather hear. So we want to get in there, find out why they're so interested in the Golden Fingers. Just really get us a concrete answer there. What Omar had to do with any of that? If his ma really is some big wig in their ranks.
Well, actually, I got a quick theory.
Uh-huh.
So what we got is that Omar's mom is connected to the Gallowmen and probably has some sort of position of power within their ranks, right?
Enough to give him enough point to start up his own side gig.
Yeah. So Spots just said that Chattermuffin is not directly in the Gallowmen, but plays a major role with them. You don't think that, right?
What, that Chattermuffin is Omar's ma?
Yeah,
Well, we haven't really seen her, so
fair. I'm just bringing up the theory.
could be.
Not bad idea. I think we do want to talk with Chattermuffin either way, though, no matter what Spot says. Cure of rare and valuable goods might do us well. Get us better equipped. See what they got to offer.
Do you
And
think?
if there is an extra bargaining chip on maybe getting revenge for whoever, killed her son. That's an idea.
Do you think Chattermuffin would have some sort of a map about the Maker's Finger?
Or some rare historical documents that mention it. Something like that.
Maybe.
I'm sure Chattermuffin would have anything we'd need if given the right price.
Yeah, but do we want to go through her to acquire that?
I don't care what lengths we gotta take.
I do. And I don't mean in a, I don't want to associate with Chattermuffin. I mean in a, if word gets out that we're looking for it, that puts us directly on the Crescent King's shit list.
And the Tevinter.
We're already on their
mean,
shit
yeah.
list, but the Crescent King is what I'm just saying we need to be careful who we tell what we're looking for.
Before it gets out, we're looking for the Crescent King's burial ground. Do you think, yeah, that'd probably also get us on the wrong end of his attention.
Probably.
Nobody saw you in the Magus Collective, like, specifically looking, like, what you were looking at, right? Or...
No, we people offered to help us go through the books and find out what it was, but we didn't ask for any help. However, there was that one mage that bought Saradwin. Oh no, it didn't have to do with anything about the Crescent King. That had to do with the temple, right? That one mage that spotted you.
I think that had to do with the Elven Temple ruins. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't think anyone spotted us specifically with anything about the Maker's Finger or the Crescent King.
You're still able to find things on the Maker's Finger?
I mean,
like you found a bit of info, yeah, but was that everything they had?
I mean, apparently it's an extremely rare artifact, so I wouldn't be too surprised if there's not much about it.
I just found it strange. Went through all the effort of sacking the place and taking what they could on the Crescent King, yet not on the thing they were actually looking for. That's just Maybe that's just them trying to do a better job at keeping things low key.
I mean, why would they think that anybody else knows about the Maker's Finger? We only found out about it from Leonis.
Yeah. It's tough.
And it's not like the documents that were left were... specifically, the location of the Maker's Finger, like any documents that talked about it were missing. So it's only like the legends regarding this artifact.
General
Yeah.
crash course.
Yeah, written by John Green.
John Green.
All right, so we're doing this tomorrow then?
I guess.
Or are we hitting the Gallowman tonight?
We could do this tonight. I mean, we still got plenty of night.
Not like we've done much except research and talk.
That's fair.
It's the afternoon. We could do some sort of a attack by night. We get everything set up beforehand.
We could.
But we'd first want to talk with the Gallowman.
Do we want to talk? Yeah, talk to the Gallowman first, and then
Talk to them first. Let them know what we know, right? And what we can offer them in exchange for their good graces and some extra info on things. These things we're going to want info on, well, we're going to be very careful about how we ask. So, nothing direct, but if there's some old archive or some kind of any place you can get knowledge on old relics and how to do some treasure hunting, we can just present ourselves as treasure hunters. We're working for Near Bala, aren't we?
yeah.
We're monster hunters, treasure hunters, anything that can get us on the right trail. So if we find the right kind of thing, get information on relics, that might also get us closer to the finger.
Yeah.
That might not be bad to ask for. I don't know, I'm just shooting.
No, I agree.
Just shooting.
Do we want to head out now or wait?
Well, no time like the present, right?
It's about what you said 4, like meeting with spots at 4, so
Yeah,
it's about like
it's like
5:30.
5.
Yeah, 5:30 now.
Something. All right.
Yeah. Are you guys taking a long rest doing this tomorrow, or are you guys heading out to the Trilogy Wall right now to talk to the Gallowman?
I
vote for now.
you, Josh.
I just vote for now.
Yeah, I say now. Like, we didn't do any fights. We haven't lost any resources.
Okay.
Because we planned this out, right? If we plan this out right and we talk to them, right? We can hopefully get done talking to them in a couple hours, maybe get a whole interview, get a whole we're cool kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Get all that info, hopefully get some deals going on, be all like, oh yeah, we'll kill these people for you, don't worry. And then we can do a night raid.
All right. Annika, thoughts?
I mean, it's only 5:30.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so at least we have darkness.
Renee,
Yeah.
Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Gathering your things, getting yourselves ready. You arrive at the Trilogy Wall at around 6 p.m. You haven't been to this part of Lomarin too much. It's a strangely more open area, marketplace. And as you kind of like wade your way through the streets, several people just kind of hold up various jewelry. There's one kind of like magical tattoo maker. It's sitting there with a like pipe out of his mouth, inscribing interesting runes with various golden ruby dust along someone's arm. Into that of a dove, and you see as the tattoo is finished, the person just kind of like flexes and the dove manifests from their arm and flies off into the air and then disappears. You see someone just kind of like flag down, it's a shepherd, and just kind of like flags you down, goes, "Oh, sir, you have the perfect bone structure for these beautiful earrings. Can I interest you in a pair? They come in gold, silver, bronze. We even have ones inlaid with obsidian. I think they would suit your eyes so well. Only 2 silver each."
Shepard just kind of looks at everyone else. Like, guys,
Let's. I think we're all right. Like, keep walking.
She just kind of like looks at you, and then several people just like stop their haggling and all stare at you in like a "what the fuck" kind of way.
they all stare at Shepard?
They all stare at like Asan, who said that.
Okay, it's not said that. Okay, sorry.
We're
Like
just.
like a few people just like whisper to each other and then like give you the stink eye.
Oh, I kind of wanted to get an earring. No,
We're
no,
on
no, we're here on business.
a
We're here on
mission.
business. Okay.
You continue forward.
I guess, yeah.
A few people just kind of like give you like a sour expression as you walk away. You continue forward into this more open market square. Sun now slowly setting, painting the area, and just kind of like this vibrant yellow and orange light, very warm and lively atmosphere. And then you do hear music coming from this like large, like almost like restaurant establishment. And as you walk through, you are greeted by large double doors. Stepping through this very well lit, large room with various tables, patrons, all like dressed up in beautiful golden jewelry, piercings. Some have golden armor or like over their fingers, inlaid golden teeth, and the amount of like piercings and jewelry that you have is very much a status symbol in Ravane, but also specifically in Lomarin, where you just kind of like wear how much gold that like you're able to lose on your face, and that's like, oh, this person is so loaded that they don't care if somebody steals this from them. And you see a couple of like, waiters and barmaids like walking around, and the food smells delicious and overpriced. And there's even like a small band playing on stage in Uncle's Tavern. There's sometimes a bard kind of like strumming like an instrument up there, like someone reciting like spoken word poetry. But here it's like a much more professional environment, and you all feel very underdressed. A few of you still have like mud, like Shepard and Indra, like after like stealthing around the town all morning. Asan and Ceridwen, you have like the stench of the Blightlands, and Erlin and Elaria, you very much noticeably look like you just came from like concocting potions. So a little messy and stinky. Even if you cleaned up, like the patrons here are renowned pirate captains. And you do see Bhaskar off in the corner just talking to a few people, seemingly friends, and then both kind of having like very either pretty elves or humans like wrapped around their arm, drinking very expensive wine, it seems. And then like through this room of like glowing bright lights, fire and torches on the walls, seemingly perpetually like growing bright and then flickering away, growing bright and flickering away, as if perpetuated by some sort of magic. Floors clean, not a single spot of like blood or piss or mud anywhere. It's almost pretty impressive.
No
And-
piss.
No piss, no mud. And this long, rectangular, kind of like bar table, near the back end of the kind of like left wall. You have to kind of like make your way past various tables. It's rather crowded. Even if it's, you know, like 6:30, a lot of people seem to like, you know, patronize this establishment. Do you all like walk up to the bar as a group, or are you trying to kind of like spread yourselves out, or?
I'm going straight to the bar, and I'm
Okay.
like, I really wish I knew there was a nightlife here.
Anger.
You guys have been pretty busy since you got here.
Like as a quick like rundown, right? Erlin would like talk to them, be like, all right, so we've got to make it at least a little tough to pinpoint us all as one group. All right.
Oh, yeah, don't talk to me, Erlen.
No, look. The way I imagine makes the most sense when it comes to splitting this up here is that the elves go off, they do their thing, right? Big guys go off, they do their own thing.
Hey.
You and I,
I'd be
Laria,
offended.
we're the most average Joes, right? We're just whatever.
I'm the normalest person in this group.
Also,
Yes,
I
and
feel
you're
like
a
Ilaria
Templar.
would be upset if you just said, "Yeah, you're the average one."
You're the average Joe.
We're meant to
Ilaria,
be-
mid.
Those two stick out. One because that guy's a race no one here's ever seen, and the other one because he's a Templar.
I
They
put
stick
my
out more.
chantry symbol away.
It's the way you walk, Indra.
What?
You're
I
slouch
walk
a little,
properly.
please.
What?
Don't
You walk
slouch,
like you've
come
got
on.
to stick up your ass.
I wasn't saying all that. I was just saying that you come in fully armored into every establishment. So just
Okay, so is whatever. Brandy, you're with us. She just kind of walks away sadly.
also, I mean, people go up to ask about the big guy. You're probably best to help direct those
You're
questions.
his
away.
bodyguards. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Average Joes, elves, big guys.
Plus Brandy.
It was Brandy.
Or does or
In
do you
her
want
heart.
Brandy with Erlen and
Joe.
Ilaria? Okay.
That's how I imagine it.
Okay.
So we all just slat delay in between each of us going in, and then hopefully, we won't all immediately stick out as one big group as we do everywhere else we enter. Like they clocked us as that like immediately once we hopped into the Golden Fingers den. Let's try to avoid that.
How do we let them in, though? Once they're...
Well, I'm obviously the opening act, so
Asan slides into the bar stool. Immediately, the bartender, dressed very well, kind of comes over, polishing a glass. Yeah, so what can I get you?
oh, nothing. I'm just waiting for an associate.
Oh, great. Make a persuasion check for me.
Ooh. Also, I thought we were just discussing about who was going in the bar, but I'll fucking go for
Oh,
this.
if sorry, did you?
I
do you
thought
want?
that I was with the.
I'm confused.
The idea is
Josh,
that we're
is
going
that
to
what
be
you
a
were talking
little bit
about?
split up. Like the idea is that we're going to be a little bit split up, so it's not immediately obvious we're all coming in as.
Are
Because
we
we should
all
generally
doing,
also be doing that. Just
Are we
not
all doing
making it
3
obvious.
different entrances?
I would say we still have Asan be our front man, and all of us then later on reveal that we're part of a group rather than it be immediately
Okay.
assumed.
All right, so we're just following through with this.
I'd say that you're
All right,
okay.
yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Persuasion check.
You haven't used your reroll yet, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Speaking of which,
Oh boy.
I mean, you
There we
might
go.
have the case.
All right. The bartender
Might
just
have.
kind of nods, like the tiniest, like just okay, and then moves away. 10 minutes exactly later, comes back. Are you sure you don't want anything to drink while you wait?
on second thought, I think I could go for something bloody.
Walks away, brings you kind of a like a weird looking cocktail, and like it smells just like, oh, this is the shit that they use for like someone who's already so hammered that they don't care what they drink. What does this do for you? Oh, Mark's muted.
Sorry. What?
They-
No.
they-
So he came back with the drink. Right?
it's like shitty alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Let's toss
look
it
at
back.
it, like raise an eyebrow, kind of slide it back. Say, actually, I'm looking for something a bit more expensive, and I'm just gonna slide 5 gold across the bar.
Oh, sorry, I just assumed. Walks away. Brings you a glass of this kind of like beautiful pinkish red wine. Kind of like swivel it around, and you get this just instant kick of like almost like spicy fruit, and then inlaid with like sweetness. Do you give it a sip?
Huh. Spots didn't tell me whether or not I was supposed to have a drink or not, right?
Nope.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Yeah, give it a shot. I'm trying to do that whole thing where you're waiting to see what they do.
Mhm.
See, like, this is not gonna go well. No, it won't.
You might
6.
have a bit of saving face.
I mean,
We're like
Oh.
around.
if it's been 10 minutes or so, then is everyone else in the bar?
Well, we would already be in there. It'd just be kind of
Okay.
strategically placed so as to not
What's
make it obvious.
What's the
where we're-
range?
30 feet.
30 feet. I'd say you get one from Saradwin.
Because how big's the back of the bar space? Like, does it have its own little tables, or is it just a bar?
It has like its own little tables. Okay. I'll say roll a d6, and then that's the number that you can add to saving phase.
Okay.
I love bardic inspiration.
All right, it gets me to a 10.
Okay.
Let's go.
This seems to be one of those situations where like they're waiting for you to do something.
God, I'm killing Spots for not giving me enough information.
So, what would Asan do in this situation?
You know what? I'm going to stare at the bartender. Just gonna reach over, take a very slight sip, and then like glance. Like there's usually like a door at the back of the bar, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna take like a slight sip and then just like make eyes towards that door.
You just hear him knock on the table twice, and then say, "I think your friend's already waiting for you downstairs. If you don't mind following me."
Appreciate it. And I will get up and follow.
Just kind of like looks at Saradwin sitting next to you. Is she with you?
Yes. Yes.
Great. And walks over to the back door, and it's not like within like line of sight of what like when you first enter. A little bit obfuscated, kind of like behind the bar. You have to take like a little bit of a right turn. There's some bathrooms nearby.
Did you gesture for the rest of us?
No.
Well, you didn't want us to be known as a group, right?
No, the idea is that like we're not making it obvious coming in, but then after we're like
Oh
let
yeah.
in,
Then
yeah.
I'm going to like look at everyone and like nod, and then like look at the bartender and just be like, "They're with me."
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I believe in his persuasion.
You shouldn't.
Who needs saving face? No, who needs
Who
saving
needs
face?
rerolls or saving face?
Yeah, who needs
All right.
a-
All right.
push it?
Positive.
The bartender goes, and then kind of rubs his fingers together and goes, "Seem to recall that these fine gentlemen haven't paid for their drinks."
Well, if there's another 4 people, I'll just toss down 20 gold. Or not toss down, but like, slide in 20 gold.
5 people.
5?
Brandy.
5. Oh, shit, 25 gold, fine.
Bartender takes it and just kind of winks at you, and then opens the door for everybody to walk through.
Not putting
Alright.
just you two into the lion's den, homie. Don't worry.
I'm like, are we doing this one at a time, or?
No.
The bartender
You
leads
trust
you
me to make a persuasion check?
down a long, dark hallway. I believe only Shepard would catch this. Wait, Serdwin, what's your passive perception?
Are you proficient as an
Could be
elf?
anything.
Let me look.
Could be you. Could be me.
Oh,
What's your perception, Serdwin?
my passive perception is 17.
17. Okay, so
Whoa.
yeah, Shepard and Serdwin
Yeah.
would catch this. Just the slightest, like through the echoing stone floors and walls of this dimly lit hallway. In one of the rooms, you hear a sort of like a whip crack and someone cry out in pain. And then the bartender immediately turns the corner and the sound is gone. As you turn the corner, the hallway opens up a little bit more. And the floor turns kind of like inlaid with a nice, expensive carpet. The lanterns hanging above you no longer just simple candles, but instead something constructed for something more present, something that's been here for a while. And you can tell from the stone that this place has existed for much longer than a lot of the buildings in Lomarin. As you turn several corners, you see people wearing various garb, no particular identifying symbol. Some completely strapped with belts, dark cloaks, the average kind of rogue. Then you see another person. You recognize them. They were a baker that you once visited, Ilaria. He just kind of doesn't even acknowledge you. Just still has flower stains from this morning.
Is he also in his in their garb or like in baker?
Yeah, just seems to be a baker. And there isn't a uniform among these people, nor does any single person look like they could be identified by something specific, or something that unites all of them. This seems to be a collection of people from various other professions that do other things, that also work for the Gallowmen or also do business with the Gallowmen, and those two things are very distinct. And as you continue,
Yeah, they don't have membership pins.
as you continue, yeah, because that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
For a thief, sorry, I'm getting mad at Baldur's Gate 3 right now. You continue walking forward, and a sight of a woman catches your attention. She has a very distinct kind of like light voice, and has skin almost like if a white person got like very badly sunburned. It's this like pink, like red, like kind of like weirdly scarred skin all over her, and these deep red eyes, dark hair kind of like falling across her face, in wild curls and pointed ears. And one person just goes, "You promised me 50 gold for this weapon, and now you're saying it's 200? You marked up the price, you fucking bitch!" And before they even get that word out, you see the quickest of movements, a dagger to their throat, and then her sneer going, "Price has changed. Don't know what to tell you." And then her eyes move to you, And then she just kind of smiles and winks, and then moves back to the person and goes, "So, what'll it be? 200 or your life?" And the person just goes, "Fuck, oh, Jesus." Just like throws the gold at her, takes their weapon, and just like storms away. And as the person passes your field of view, you all take a second to blink, and she's gone. Walking further along, you reach a large kind of central room that the bartender opens for you. This seems to be a meeting chamber with a long table centered around a kind of like large, like smaller circular table, and then the table around it, it forms like a bit of a rectangular shape around it. Multiple people sitting all across the table, and then at the far end of the room, 3 chairs with 3 different people sitting atop it. You walk through. The bartender just closes the door behind you, and you are in the central meeting place of the Gallowmen. Atop the middle chair, you see a woman with dark skin and dark black eyes with a half-shaved head, and the rest of her hair graying in dreadlocks. She sits shoulders apart, comfortably, yet this ring of authority spreads around her. And in a very soft yet commanding voice that almost beckons you closer, she goes, "Seems we've got new visitors. Are you the ones responsible for killing my idiot of a son?" And that's where we'll leave off this session.